And we're live. Okay, so today we're playing with Alexis, Anastasi, Amine, and Yari. Each of you just explain, give the name of your characters and what your character looks like, and then we'll jump into the game. We can start with Alexis.
Bad start.
I am the jester.
You want to try that again? I could.
I'm very happy about that. I'm the jester. Still dressed in my old rags. They're a little. They're even more beat down than last time. There's like cuts left and right because I've been a little beat up in the last couple games, but always bouncing back. I've had a long rest, so I feel pretty good. I'm just ready. I'm feeling good. I feel like I leveled up. I don't know about you guys.
Just so clear, I'm picturing this like the Office interviews. Like in the Office, you're talking to the camera between episodes.
So Queen is still doing crack.
How old is Wakur, by the way?
35. Oh, so wise.
He's getting up
even
there.
though I have pleasure wisdom, but I've as you may know, 10 years in Lord Merilus. Corys.
It's on your CV?
Yeah, I'm just saying my CV right now. I'm very employable. 10 years in his court as a jester. And then he hired me on the down low as like an assassin.
It's on the down low, what are you telling us?
Well, I don't do those jobs anymore. I work for the E02 now.
Do you say DL though?
I don't say DL. I heard one guy say that at a bar a couple missions ago, and I was like,
That's what he's saying.
His name was
Do you even speak medieval?
Like it was a bartender that was not called Barry. Like, what the hell? It exists. So yeah, that's me. I feel good.
Yeah.
I look good. I don't look that good, but whatever.
Good. The next one would be Anastasi's character.
Yeah, so I'm Ragnarok. I've been sleeping for what feels like weeks. I have long blonde hair, just like real life. A big blonde beard. I have a big chest plate, chainmail sleeves, and I carry a big axe on my back. I am 800 years old.
Well, you don't have to say that, but do you look 800 years old?
No.
Okay, so what do you look like if we see you?
I look like a spry 32-year-old.
Oh, spry.
Spry, very spry.
Are you approachable though?
I'm very approachable looking though. Don't let the chainmail fool you. And I come with my best friend in the world, Bartholomew B. BB for short, my pet B. He's always ready for a good time. He recently gained a 6-pack after weeks of work.
He's been crunching.
While you're sleeping, man, he's putting in the work.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Amin's character.
Mayumi Firo. She looks 18.
Right.
Short black hair, brown skin, green eyes.
Last episode, in the physical description, you just said brown.
I lost, and that's it.
She's just brown.
Yeah,
I'm getting better.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Any armor? Is Mayumi wearing armor?
Wearing like how would you describe this?
Fancy silks.
Yeah.
Is it tight?
How would you describe this? I don't know how you describe this.
Yeah, fancy silk.
A tunic. It looks like a tunic.
Okay, I guess a tunic.
A red tunic.
Red tunic with yellow collar.
It looks like a sports tunic. Looking at
like
Adidas,
Reebok.
Yum.
Yeah, I'd say Nike, but okay.
This is a sex thing.
Oh, jeez.
Very clearly a sex thing.
Okay, and next is Yari's character.
So I'm Kira Velenor. I'm a big tall guy, dark blue hair, dark blue eyes, 6'4", shredded, leaned out since last episode. 215 now. So,
He's on that no carb diet.
Yeah, I started doing keto. So, medieval keto.
It actually works.
works all.
Sorry guys, I don't need horse anymore.
Only horse cock.
I have left shoulder armor plate, whatever. It's only on my left shoulder, and I have also armor boots, and I'm wearing a regular tunic. Other than that, and I come with my doggy Aquila, which is a white wolf dog. It's pretty cool.
How big is he again?
It's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool. So you're telling me about the wolf.
Nice.
He's cool. Don't card him. He's cool.
Okay. What? German Shepherd?
Sort of German Shepherd size.
Okay.
So, just gonna set the scene a little bit. You're in the region called Veritas Forest. It's a very foresty region. A lot of tall trees.
Forest.
There's chestnut trees.
Good save.
Oh, Stephen King was with us today.
I'm not a great writer, but anyway, with squirrels and
And his entranceway to the path of doom.
You see a squirrel eating a chestnut.
Whoa.
So
Putting things together. Anyway, so the game begins an hour south of a town called Castle Brocklewhyte Town in the Veritas Forest region. And the first people who are going to be here are going to be Fukrur, Mayumi, and Kira. And you're waiting for someone. You're waiting for another member of the order that's going to join you. What do you guys talk about?
We're just in the middle of the road waiting. There.
This is the meeting location. That was. You're on the road. You're not in the middle. I would say you're on the side of the road right now. Yeah, you're next to.
we still have our carriage?
No, the carriage. The carriage, you went back to it and it was stolen. So right now you guys are on foot, and the meeting location is next to a large rock that looks a bit like a bent finger, a little bit. Anyway, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves for a little bit just before the next character arrives. What are you guys talking about?
I can't believe we lost our fucking carriage.
Dude, well, I didn't pay for it, so it doesn't really matter.
Could have sold it for a while, though.
One whole episode just trying to get that carriage.
Stupid carriage and it gets stolen. Jesus.
Wonder
So
what
at least
happened
we're
to
still
Captain
alive.
Deadeye.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he got cooked.
And here we got fucked.
He got toasted.
I wonder if Meredith got her stuff back.
Maybe her horse was also stolen.
True.
I see we parked there too, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Roll me stealth, I guess. Go ahead. And all of you roll perception.
6. Here we go again.
14.
5.
Okay, so you guys hear the crunching of leaves coming from the forest. It sounds like a burly man. He sounds 32 years old.
That's why.
Yeah.
Spry.
Right.
Judging from his weight, he's either very heavy or he's carrying some heavy weapon on him. And you hear also who rolled the highest?
I did.
Fakura?
13.
I got 14.
Okay. Yeah.
That's on me.
So Kira, you hear something else. You hear also a little buzzing sound coming from the same direction. A little buzzing sound. Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Well, he's very approachable, right?
You don't see him yet. You just hear the sound coming from.
Someone's coming.
Someone's coming. Yeah, I hear it as well.
Wait, I recognize that B sound.
And Ragnarok turns the corner, holding his axe, and with Bartholomew be hovering around him.
Ragnarok.
How have you been?
I've been amazing, actually.
You look not so great.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Have you
I need to
leveled
get
up?
you close. I have leveled up. I feel a little stronger.
Oh, I
And
see
a
it.
couple more tricks up my sleeve,
Ooh,
if you know
nice.
what I'm saying.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. How's it
Big
going?
dick.
Last time I saw you, you almost died in
Yeah.
10 minutes within the battle.
I was running around. Hey, I poisoned the guy, man. Come on, I'm taking credit for that kill.
Nice. We're your friends.
This is Mumi.
Ooh, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Ragnarok.
She's 18.
Perfect.
And this is Kira.
Jesus.
Oh,
This is
Perfect
Kira.
for our adventure.
Oh.
The energy of an 18-year-old
Yeah,
was what we needed.
Not too sure what she's good at, honestly.
We need young
yeah,
spirits.
she's been having a little trouble.
It's still a little rookie, but it's fine. And then here's Kira. Sick axe.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
He rolls pretty well.
Nice beat.
So,
Thank you. He says thank you.
Yeah, no, I can understand. No, I can't.
So you guys need to discuss the plan amongst each other. What you're going to be doing.
Apparently, we should go to Castle Blockwood Town. That's a mouthful. And meet with the captain of some sort. Sorry, I'm really not good with names.
Furlia.
There we go.
Furlough.
Furla.
So why don't we go do that?
Yep.
Hopefully he's better than that last guy, Frost Fingers.
Yeah, jeez.
I think it was a drag.
I think I kind of carried us, but whatever.
Okay, so you guys can start making your way north to Castle Brocklewhyte. What's your approach to entering this town? Are you like going to the front gate, or is there a different approach that you're taking to?
I'll just straight up.
We're-
Walking,
I feel like he just reasons he's asking.
Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah, no, I know.
Just roll for animosity or
Let's just-
atmosphere.
Vibe. Roll for vibe. What's the
Roll for
I'm trying to
vibe.
feel the vibe.
Big vibe check right now.
No, I think we're walking through the front.
Yeah,
door.
they're chilling, man.
Okay.
Ready for anything?
Okay.
I'm ready for a good time. You know?
As you're approaching the
You
town,
die.
as you approach the town, you see a large stone wall, maybe 15 feet high, surrounded by a river that actually opens up and forms a circle around this town. You also notice behind this first wall is a second stone wall, even higher, maybe 25 feet high, within the town itself that's surrounding a castle in the center. The castle has 3 large towers and a flag at the top with a green and black colored snake on it. Snake symbol at the top of it.
Oh wait, this is the logo of the Jimmy Kimmels. Sorry, I don't remember the names.
The Jimmy Kimmels.
Remember that rich
It's,
kid?
it's called Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh,
That rich kid that we were with.
yeah. What was his name?
I don't remember his name.
That guy. Yeah, he wasn't really memorable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Dumont.
The Dumont
Yeah,
family.
it's
There you
Dumont.
go. That's their logo. I remember.
Timothy Dumont.
Timothy Dumont.
Timothy with a weird British accent.
Yes.
That wasn't his name, but anyway.
It was not Timothy.
Okay, you notice on actually roll me perception, everybody. Yeah.
Oh my god.
12.
16.
8.
Fukur, you see at the far front of the gate a large, maybe 20-person line that seems to not be moving. And you notice all sorts of people, some of them colorfully dressed, they look like nobles.
Are they all nobles?
Some of them look like they're much lower income folk. Maybe farmers and some hunters that look there, some children running around and playing. They look like they've been waiting there a while to get into the town.
I approached one of the farmers.
So do you approach the back of the line here, or because they're all forming in a line? So, or are you going more towards the middle?
I just want to go talk to like a poor folk, dude. I don't talk to some rich pleb.
Okay, so you approach a man who looks like he's in his mid 60s, and he has a large staff looking tool with a metallic curve at the top of it that looks like it's used for agriculture. It's not sharp. It looks more like it's like a pickaxe for the ground. And yeah, so he's there. He has 2 baskets that it looks like he set them on the ground next to him, and that he's waiting for the line to move before he moves them forward as well. So
Hello, good sir.
roll me charisma.
I'm about to flex my charisma on his ass. I don't really know what my add-ons are anymore.
In the meantime, what do you guys do as well? As he's doing this?
Well, if there's one guy, I mean, we can't all mob him. I go to.
Are you just waiting, or are you going to go approach someone
No,
else?
no. I walk up with him.
Okay.
What to do.
6.
6. Okay. So what do you say?
Hello, good sir. My name is Fukuro.
And you bow?
I bow.
He kind of he's been staring at the front of the line, frustrated for a while, and he still has this tool on his shoulder. Right as you finish speaking, he slowly turns looks at you and says, "Hey, name's John." That's
John.
it. That's all he gives you. Yeah.
My new friend once called John. One of the people was you. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know.
You want to roll seduction or?
Can
Not
I
sure.
jump in?
No, I just.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can I roll?
Say what you want to do first.
I just try. I want to just. I'm be like, sorry for my weird friend trying to hit on you right now.
Okay.
What are you waiting in line for?
Okay, go ahead and roll charisma.
10.
10. So he says we've been waiting maybe an hour and a half now. I don't know. I think there's some sort of check going on at the gate. They're looking for something. It's so frustrating. I come here only once a week to sell my crops, and now I can't even get in. It's really a mess.
Is this a Dumont-owned castle town thing?
Well, of course, the Dumonts are governing our entire region here, but I've personally I haven't ever seen a Dumont in my life. I just come into town to sell my crops and visit Otto's head, and then I leave and return to my children.
How many do you have?
Roll me charisma.
Because I will skim them. Well, I'm guessing the 16 is more prominent.
16.
17.
I have 5 daughters, and they help me work the fields.
You're very potent, aren't you?
I suppose. I suppose you could say that. Here, have a leak, and he reaches into his.
I'm gonna take a leak now.
He reaches into his basket and he tosses you a fresh leek. It's quite fresh. You don't find vegetables that's fresh on the market usually.
I take a bite into it. This is a fresh leek, John.
Oh, thank you,
You must be a good farmer.
My daughters really put their back into it. You know, I'm happy to have this many children.
Great.
So do you know of any other entrance into the castle?
Probably small talk here. Alright.
Jumping.
Good cop, back up.
Well, how can I say this? I
Fresh.
suppose there must be one, but none that we would be allowed to enter from. The guards must have another way in, but I've never entered from another way. If that's what you're wondering, why are you some sort of undercover agent or something?
No. No, look at me. I'm so approachable. I couldn't be an agent.
Convinced.
I guess you do. How old are you, if I may ask?
I am. How old do I appear?
Ooh, I like that. Question with a question, eh? Here, have a leak. He tosses you another leak.
This is pretty good, Lee. Say thank you to your daughters.
I would give you 37 years old, maybe.
You're off by a couple hundred.
What do you mean? Is this some kind of joke?
I'm just smiling. I'm like looking at them talk. Like,
No, you're off by 5 or so years.
You hear coming from the front of the line, next! And the line moves forward a little bit. And you also, everyone roll me social perception. You can use perception, or if you have social perception, use that.
I wasn't going to roll back. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we should not swap die.
Yeah, no.
I rolled a 19.
20 natural.
Okay, so you rolled a 20. Kira, first of all, you have charisma as a skill.
I do have charisma.
Do you have social perception as a sub skill?
No.
You can add that under charisma if you want.
Okay. Can I add perception? Regular perception?
You can add it under regular. No, you can't. Not from here.
No.
Yep. But you notice something. You notice someone go in the front of the line. And you notice something else as well. You see something kind of twirling up and glimmer in the sunlight and then land back down in the line. But you can't quite see between the people's heads what exactly is happening. It just looks like someone is putting on some kind of show, and everyone around seems to be really impressed by it.
I'm amazed.
You guys don't notice it.
Can I approach it?
Yeah.
I got a 19. I don't know.
I get close.
You can notice it. Fukur notices it too.
I
Yeah.
got 17.
I want to come with.
No, not you, Mayumi.
I got a 4 on the line.
You're just eating your leek, looking out into the distance.
Well, I'm walking towards it.
He's a looking.
Okay, so you start walking towards it. As you're walking towards it, you notice an arm, a hand grasp your right arm as a large man. He looks very fat, right? And he just looks at you straight in the eyes and he says, "Hey, no cutting in the line."
Don't worry about it, buddy. I'm just trying to watch the show. I'm not trying to get in.
Roll me charisma.
Roughly the same.
13.
13, and he's like, "Fine, go ahead." As you approach the front of the line, you see two young men, and they start kind of separating each other, facing each other, and they're dancing from foot to foot according to a beat that you can't hear. It looks like they're making up their own beat. But the most impressive part is they're tossing knives at each other, one after the other. And one's catching it, and the other one tosses it back. And they're tossing two knives at a time, and they seem to be juggling two knives at a time between each other. And they add a third one. And all of a sudden, they're juggling three knives at a time. And then you hear clapping and people laughing, and some of the kids sit down in a kind of semicircle around the scene happening. And people start.
And that's all in the line?
Yeah, in the middle of the line,
Right.
towards, because the lines have been not moving for a while now.
That's fine numbers.
Yeah, so towards the front, the middle portion of this line. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not impressed because I see full crew doing stuff like that every day. So I kind of use the crowd to like keep going towards the front of the gate.
So you're trying to cut in line now?
I'm basically trying to cut in line.
Okay.
I don't think it's a good idea. I think that
You
if
stop- you
anyone,
stop?
yeah, stop you. I
Okay.
think if anybody remembers, at least me, from the camp, unless we decimated the camp, I don't really know what happened in the camp. But if we decimated it, there's no witnesses, so we're chill. But if anybody recognizes me, because I was a prisoner there, we could be in deep doo doo, as they say. That's my professional opinion.
I think that's a technical term for that.
Yeah.
Professional.
All right, so let me go.
That's a fair point. Let's go. I'm gonna go see John then.
No, let me go. And what's the name of the guard you spoke to?
Well, the captain was Captain Deadeye, but no way Deadeye survived that blast.
All right.
The guard was like Jeremy.
Yeah, some Randy, the random archer.
Oh,
Derek.
Barry.
Derek.
Oh, Derek.
Derek. If I hear about it, Derek, I'll let you know.
He could hook us up.
He's the boy.
He's very, very bendable.
So if it's him, you think he'll let us in?
Malleable.
I think we should both go. I think it's not gonna be the same guards.
Well, I could use one of my spells, the disguise spell. So I just changed I just look different. That's literally what it says.
What do you look like?
I look good.
Finally.
I look approachable for once, you know.
I mean, the flip side is you're gonna have to describe what you look like.
So it says disguise self. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends or until you use your action to dismiss it. So it never says when the spell will really end, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be my discretion. I'm just gonna look up the spell here.
How do we? I probably would know.
Duration 1 hour. I have it here.
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh, you're laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to be more of a nobleman. I have this beautiful dagger. It's all diamond.
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm wearing this beautiful blue cloak
Okay.
with feathers over here.
Okay.
So I look like a young mistress with just my hair gelled back like this.
Okay. And
Sound like a young Elton John.
Good.
just to add a bit to that, so it says here, the changes wrought by this spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. So if you use this spell to add a hat to your outfit, objects pass through the hat, and anyone who touches it would feel nothing or would feel your head and hair. If you use this spell to appear thinner than you are, the hand of someone who reaches up to touch you would bump into you while it was seemingly still in midair. So yeah, just so we're clear.
That's cool.
Yeah. It'll give you advantage though on any charisma checks that require you being a noble, or if you're blending in, stuff like that. It'll give you advantages on those things for the next hour. Yeah.
I feel like I should not use it there, but it's fine. Whatever. Technicalities.
Yep.
Shall we just join
we're
you
trying
guys
to
to
we're trying to cut in line.
Okay. So I'm gonna need stealth checks from both of you. or blending in check. So that could be charisma you can use, or dexterity here. And for Krur, you get advantage.
You said charisma, right?
Yeah, you can use charisma or dexterity based skills here. In the meantime,
should we use muffle?
Yeah, I was about to say.
We both have muffle, which is very ironic.
Yeah.
yeah, you have different muffle spells, so yeah, you can both use your muffle spells.
I will muffle it up.
So I'll use muffle as well. So +3.
Stealth
I have
is
advantage, you
what?
said, right?
Mm-hmm.
+4. +20. 15.
15. So let's roll here. Okay. So you guys both make your way to the front of the line. I need to know what your intention is here. Is your intention to cross straight into town, or is it just to get to the guards first?
Get to the guards. Yeah, speak with the guards.
Yeah. So the two people behind you seem to be really distracted by the show of the knives and everything that's going on. And you overhear a conversation, mid-conversation, someone says, "That's the from the Goity Circus in Monroe. Wow, so impressive." And as you guys make your way past these two people, you're next in line right now to be inspected. You notice that they just let someone go through on a horseback, and this person has a helmet with large feathers coming out the top of it, and a big satchel on his right. He looks at the guard and nods, and the guard nods back at him. And the guard, there's two guards here at the gate, and you two are next. One of them crosses his arms, and you notice two large metal gauntlets on either side, and you notice on their tunic is embroidered the green and black snake symbol that you saw earlier in the line. And he says, "All right, now you all have to open up your bags, and we have to look inside, make sure there's nothing illicit, any contraband inside. Please declare it if you have any. We don't want any trouble here, so please comply with protocol."
I show them everything I have. I'm really behind.
Okay, so remember how your spell works. You disguised your satchel, or is your satchel still there with all the knives in it and all that stuff there?
No, that's disguised. But I have this my pouch with like my gold layer on mine showing my bands.
Okay, so your satchel's disguised right now. So basically, as the noble person you are, what kind of stuff do you pull out for them to inspect?
Well, I have this beautiful diamond dagger.
Okay.
That I show.
Okay.
I just show them.
You just show it to them, right?
And then I'm like, "Oh, this is a beautiful dagger my parents brought down from my family."
All right. Give me that, please. I want to take a look.
I'm afraid I cannot.
Okay. And so he says, roll me charisma here with advantage.
18. 11.
I rolled a 19. So he says, "I'm sorry, this is protocol. I don't know who you are. I don't, but I still need to take a look at that dagger, or else I could get into some serious trouble."
Look, is there any way I could just pay so that I don't have to? I don't want anybody touching this dagger. It's very important to me.
Persuasion
Right,
with advantage.
That's the wheelhouse.
Nah, that's where I'm good. +6. 17 and 17. So +6, 23.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine. How much are you offering?
I'll give you 50, Morgan.
So he puts out his hand, and you drop 50 Orion into his hand as he says, "Okay, he can pass. He's good." And you walk on through.
But I'm his bodyguard, though. I'm with him.
So you're going to have to make an argument here to
This is
help
my
him.
bodyguard, Kira. Look how decked out he is. This man cost me quite a bit of money.
You do look pretty decked out.
Shredded.
He's been cutting on carbs too. See this?
So they want to search you. I still need to search his bag, if that's okay.
I pull out my food pouch and my tools pouch. As one does like jerky, stuff like that, and the other one does a torch, whetstone, water skin.
All decked out, isn't he?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Beautiful man.
He says, "I need to look into the rest of your bag too," and he starts reaching for your vials pouch.
I say I'm sorry. That's all I can show you.
What do you mean? That's all you can show me? We have to look at your entire satchel and make sure there's nothing wrong.
I'm holding a private business for a very noble family, so I can't afford to show anyone what's on me.
I'm sorry, that's not the rules here. We're gonna have to take a look at this pouch right now. And he goes and he starts forcefully reaching for your bag.
Il reach pour mettre, puis je lui slam un 50 Orient dans sa main avec un wink.
Okay, sleight of hand check.
It falls in the shoe.
It's like a $50 bill.
11.
Sleight of hand is what? Does it count dexterity?
Yeah, it counts as dexterity. Yeah.
Oh, well, 12.
Okay. He says you successfully put the coins in his hand, and he maintains eye contact with you, and he says, "You're gonna need a little bit more than that, friend."
But I winked.
Oh, you wink though. Doesn't matter.
I
need even more.
Surely we. I give him like another 50. Surely you could let us pass.
Thank you very much. And he grabs both your 50 Arayan and he lets you both through. All right, Mayumi and Ragnarok. What do you guys do?
Okay, since our asshole friend just left us.
We can find like another way in if you want.
I have an idea for how to go through.
I'm listening.
This always works back home.
Where are you from?
What's home?
The crack house, actually.
You're gonna act very ill, and I will run in saying, "Help! Help! My young sister is feeling sick. I need to get her to a doctor."
Oh, jeez.
Alright.
Always works. Has never failed.
Get help.
Always works. Always.
We're doing get help.
Can I be your younger sister?
No.
Is that John? Is that John?
That's John.
Try to get it on it.
I didn't get any leaks, so no.
Here's 2 leaks. Please let me in. I don't want to spend another hour. My back is hurting, and I really want to get to the inn now.
Okay, John, we will come back for you. Let's go.
He never see you again.
He hops into my arms.
Does he?
You hop into my arms?
Yeah, I guess. But first, I use a vial of perfume.
Okay. You have a vial of perfume on you?
I have 5.
Oh my god.
Randomest thing that
What does it do?
Monster taxi. I put some perfume on.
Plus 2 of charm.
Okay. So you consume a vial of perfume and you apply the perfume on your neck. And what do you do next? You jump into Ragnarok's arms?
I fall down.
Oh, you fall down, so you faint? So you're going to have to roll me now for
Falling down?
for deception.
Okay.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. So you faint into Ragnarok's arms, and Ragnarok, you catch her, and you start moving forward towards the front of the gate where the guards are. And the guards have been like inspecting other people and letting some of them through. When you guys get there, what do you say?
Help, help, my younger sister. She's very ill. I need to get in and have her see a doctor.
So they look at you and they look at each other and they start laughing. And then they say, "Get back to the back of the line. Your tricks are not going to work on us."
I say, no, she's very ill. Look into her pocket, and I put 100 Orions in there.
Okay. Sleight of hand check. 16. So you slide 100 Orion into Mayumi's pocket. And the guard approaches and takes a look at her, and he says, as he reaches in and grabs the money, he says, "Okay, yeah, but we're gonna have to take her ourselves to the doctor." And he grabs her out of your arms and carries her into the tower. You can go on through.
I can go in.
No, you can go into town, but you can't go into the tower.
Oh. We'll meet later. No, why can't I go with her?
They say, "Oh well, listen. We're the guards here. We have the authority. I think it's best if we take care of the situation, and we'll find you later. Don't worry. We'll give it back to you." And he turns and he closes the door into the tower. And there's only one guard left at the gate now. And he says, "Next."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mayumi, as soon as you're brought into, as the door closes behind you, you feel something covering your face, as if someone's trying to asphyxiate you with something.
Well, I try to take it off.
Okay, so you're gonna roll me strength now.
The strength.
Yeah.
roll for pepper spray.
8.
8. Yeah. So you reach up with your hand and you grab the person's helmet, and you manage to pull his helmet down off of his head, making him lose hold over you, and you topple down to the ground and roll. You're able to look up and see that you're in a small alcove room with a spiral staircase leading upwards, and a stone wall around you with 2 torches, and you see a guard. He has this vial that he seems to have emptied into a handkerchief, and he's trying to render you unconscious. Yeah. Ragnarok?
Where are they?
You guys can all hear each other. You have
Are
earrings.
they right next to me though?
Yeah, you guys can tell me. Are you guys close to the gate still?
We're just waiting for them to come in, so like chilling there, like already hard.
Thanks for the assist, guys.
Well, dude, every man for himself when we come to the door to the fall.
You guys can hear sounds of
Pull that up. You're to the fall.
Oof. Heard of this club? Okay, I think we should help her because that doesn't sound great.
You hear
That's not a sex thing.
Not a sex thing.
You hear sounds of a struggle coming from the.
What's up? Do we see the bar? Like the
there's a guy who tried to.
There's a guy.
It's a
who
stone
tried
tower.
to
Yeah.
poison me.
Is there any? There's just one door in there to get in.
Yeah, it looks like it. But you do notice at the top there's a rampart. I don't know how to say this in English. But a large bridge, I guess that connects.
What is he?
No, it's a bridge that holds
tower.
2 towers from the top floor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and there's only one guard in front of us?
There's only one guard right now. He's still inspecting people. Mayumi, he's going to try to attack you with his sword, with the hilt of his sword, and try to knock you out.
Well, I try to
Run away.
just blast him with a fireball.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
6.
And a 6.
Down, eh?
He hits you straight in the head, and you're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage straight to the head.
Oh.
How are you dead?
Dude, he started the campaign at 16.
What?
No.
You
We
mean
all
rest?
No, is he long rest? He rolled a 4.
Yeah.
plus level.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
I'm at 6.
Okay, you're at 6. Okay, so yeah, you're
You guys call
Yeah.
yeah. So right now you're wheeling. You're dizzy, and this room starts spinning as you're kind of losing your balance now, and you're struggling to stay awake.
Call for the board.
Everyone else, roll me initiative.
I need one for my landing.
17.
17.
I need this dice.
17, 16.
16. Okay, yeah. So who has the highest ability modifier?
What's an ability?
Dexterity.
I don't have any of those.
I have dexterity.
I have dexterity.
Okay, so yeah. So Kira, you go first, and then it's gonna be Fukur, and then
Are we in combat? What do we do?
we're in slow time now.
Yeah, we're rushing. He's in combat.
Him? Me after him?
We're in slow motion now, so it's you guys like this.
It's just it's like largest and then the smallest, the largest one next.
Yeah. Kira, what do you do?
Well, I try to I ignore the first guard. He's inspecting people, right? So I try to enter the door, the tower.
Okay.
I break the door.
You try to break the door down?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an 8 to break this door down. Strength.
17.
17, and you run with your large. Are you wearing boots?
I do have boots.
Yeah, with your big boot, you kick in the door, and the door frame kind of breaks down a little bit, but the door swings open just in time to see the guard trying to tie Mayumi up with a rope.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
1 second, I'm dizzy next to. What?
Fakura?
My dog? Is my dog next?
Sure, your dog can go next.
Alright, my dog flies past me and rushes to the guard, tries to bite his balls off.
Okay, roll me animal handling.
Straight for the balls.
Well trained.
18.
Wow.
18? Okay.
What the fuck's that guy?
I don't know, bro. He's been rolling recently.
Yeah, and so Aquila takes 3 leaps towards the guard and closes his jaw. His jaw?
Yeah.
On the guard's.
Jaw.
His.
No, on the guard's groin area, and the guard lets out a howl of pain as the other guard draws his sword as well. And you guys are in a fight now with both guards at the front gate. Yeah. Fakur?
I really don't want to fight the guards. I'm gonna fight. I can't. I'm not gonna stab him, dude.
Just act as a noble guy.
I really want to leave you guys.
Why don't you
so what happened?
throw
Basically,
a blade at him?
he like broke the thing down, and then the guard that was doing the wine stuff is the one who turned around and sheathed his weapon. Is that what you're saying?
So there's a guard within the gate, and there's a guard that kidnapped Mayumi.
Right.
So the guard that just drew his sword is the one that was in the gate. So now there's two
He was the one
guards.
doing like the ID
checking,
checks.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start a ruckus. So now the guard is not looking at the ID stuff, and I'm just yelling at everybody come into the town, so that everybody can start borrowing things, just creates chaos.
Charisma.
Right.
Roll me charisma with advantage.
12, 13, 16.
Okay, and with a 16, Fakur, you start crying out for everyone to come in, announcing that the gate is open and that once again, and that people can come back into town finally, and that the check is finished. The guard looks in confusion at you, but just at the last, just for 1 second before he starts getting knocked by a bunch of people, frustratingly trying to move through, finally to get into the town. And just a mob of people just swarm the entire area.
Hurry! The first 100 people can come in for free. Make them run.
So complete chaos right now. There's just a bunch of people right now, and everyone, you have to roll me dexterity 4 not to get knocked down.
But I'm in
We're in the
the
town.
Except everyone who's outside. So I guess just Ragnarok and Fukur.
Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, so Fukuro, you just start pulling a bunch of flips and football dodges.
No, I'm actually alone. There's no one around me. Nobody around me.
He's in there. He's running on people's heads.
As just a mob walks by you. And so you already have dexterity as a core skill. Okay. Do you have dodging as a core skill? Okay, so you can add dodging as a core skill, as a sub skill below dexterity. And Fukuro, did you roll over a 4?
11.
So Fukuro, Ragnarok, yeah.
11.
11, yeah. So yeah, you guys are both don't get knocked down. I need to know what Ragnarok does.
So one guard is getting mobbed.
Yeah.
The other one has his balls being bitten by the dog.
Yes.
All the tough spot right
And
now.
he's with her. So we're
on
good.
my way.
Yeah, I just need
Okay.
to know what you guys do. What do you do? What are you doing? Are you just waiting?
I suggest bringing the other guard into the tower as well. So we have just 2 witnesses in one place. We kill them there, and then nobody knows that we're criminals.
You're dark.
I just don't want to be illegal.
I don't want to fight people when I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I guess I go grab the other guard to bring him to the tower.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna roll me for strength now. You can add melee combat if you have that as a
Okay,
bonus.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
I'm gonna roll with disadvantage. And I rolled a 1.
I got 15.
Yeah. So right as you're
walking over
I literally tossed him into the tower with one hand.
no. Right as you're approaching the guard, a caravan driven by an ox is driving next to the cart, next to the guard right now, and it has a sort of ledge that's sticking out of wood, and it just smacks the guard straight on the helmet, and he just crumbles down into a pile on the ground. You easily grab him with one hand, and you just pull him into the tower. No one notices. Everyone just seems quite distracted with getting into town. And you close the door, shut with Fukrur in the tower, Akira in the tower, and Akila still biting the guard's balls. The guard is wailing out in pain. Yeah. And Mayumi, you're starting to come back. What do you do? So the door closes, and the guard is yelling in pain. Get this dog off me! Get it off me now, please! And he's struggling to get Akila off, Aquila can roll for animal handling if you want.
15.
Yeah, Aquila's got a strong grip on his balls right now, and the guy is starts bleeding actually from the bites. Do you let the dog continue or
Ask him why he took.
I let Aquila let go, but I try to chokehold him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for that.
8.
Okay, so he rolled with his disadvantage, but he still beat you. So he manages to kick off Aquila, and you try to chokehold him, and he's struggling right now. He elbows you in the face, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage to the face. Does anybody want to jump in here?
I try to give him a solid whack.
Go ahead.
Just in melee combat. Into 20.
Natural 20?
No, 18
Okay.
plus 2.
Okay, so yeah, Mayumi, you get up from the ground where you were kind of dizzy, and with a fierce blow, you punch him straight in the face, dealing 13 points of damage, knocking him unconscious as he falls on the ground right now. Yeah. You want to say anything inspirational?
No. It's not her personality.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Would a punch or like a kick be considered wrestling or not? Wrestling is just
No.
grappling.
Yeah.
What's the other guard up to? The one that got like tumbled by the crowd.
Is he awake?
He's not. He's not.
They're both unconscious on the ground now.
Fuck.
I
Yeah.
had to tie him up with the rope the other guy had.
You see a staircase. The spiral staircase is also leading down underground as
Down
well.
and up?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it was a dungeon downstairs.
He's definitely.
He was trying to bring me upstairs, though. Wasn't it upstairs?
No, he was just trying to tie you with a rope.
No. At the beginning.
He was just bringing you in, and there was a staircase going upstairs that you noticed, and that you kind of fell onto.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you can pay attention better, you can see there's a staircase going down as well in this
Okay,
area.
so I don't know the direction he was heading up.
No,
He was heading to.
Has it been an hour at this point? Am I back to Jester?
I wouldn't say it's been an hour. No, you still look like a fancy noble with your slick back hair.
Chill back. Whatever. No. Alright, I head downstairs. I'll just let the whole. Let him take care of whatever.
Okay. As you start going downstairs, you get to a sort of trap door, I would say. But there's like a rope lever that you can pull to open it up.
Like, what kind of situation does this look like to me?
It looks like a cellar or something.
Okay, like I'm just like,
What am I looking at here?
Okay, this is really not what I want to be doing right now. I go back upstairs.
Yeah, we
I
have
tie-
to,
I
we
tie
have
him
to
up.
meet somebody.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
That's a soak. Just throw the guards in.
We could kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But where do you want to put the bodies?
Yeah, but don't you want to find out why they took her? You should have thought that before you knocked them out.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah,
It's too late. They're knocked out. I think.
Well, I could try to wake one up, and then
Yeah, we could,
I can intimidate
I think
one.
We should try
Does any of them have a beard?
Yeah, one of them has a
Nice.
bit of beard.
Alright, I try to wake him
It's
up.
more of like a
I think it was
mustache.
more of a rape.
Oh. It's more of a mustache with a little goatee.
Okay, that's fine. I try to wake this guy up.
Okay, how do you try to wake him up?
I slap him around a bit. I put my leak in his nose. The rest of it, I ate a lot of it.
Why'd you ask about the beard if you weren't going to use the beard?
Well, he's not awake yet.
He's gonna use the beard.
No. It's in here.
he's
It's
done.
in here.
I'm cooking up something.
Okay, roll me charisma, I guess.
Can we still hear the ruckus outside?
19.
Yeah, there's still a mob going.
That's fine. Well, divert other people's attention.
Yeah, so
19.
you slap him around. That doesn't really work. But as soon as you shove the leak up his nose, he goes, "Oh, and this is the guard that was the one that actually tied up Mayumi. So he just woke up.
Wanted to be the other one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the other one knows who I am. Like, recognizes me.
And he looks at you.
It's like, are you okay?
He looks at you and
Sorry, I'm on your testicle right now. What's up?
They both recognize you.
Well, was the other one there too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we're
were.
both there.
We went in before them.
Okay, like right now, I want to switch back. I want to switch to Jester. Like, I want to just change disguise while he's looking at me.
He can't.
okay, that's fine. But you can't go back now.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, so you
I'm on top of him right now, while they're like holding him down, shit.
Yeah, your form turns back into the jester right now, and he looks at you and says, "How did you do that?"
Took a leak out of his nose.
How did you do that?
I put it in his mouth.
Who are you?
Who are you? I took that. He's like,
look, I don't want any trouble. I can pay you. Just please let me go.
Why were you hurting our friend here?
I was paid to deliver bodies and people. I just look. I can't say more. They're gonna kill me. Just.
I'm gonna kill you. So you better tell me.
Did you pull out a knife or anything like that?
Yeah. Take out my elvish dagger and I started shaving him.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Do I use a knife boost?
What?
Do I use like dagger?
No,
attack?
that's more for combat.
Oh, I do use intimidation?
Yeah, you can use intimidation. Yeah.
+2.
You don't have hair care.
Yep.
Hair care attribute.
With my gelled black hair. I don't know.
I'll give you advantage because of the dagger.
Oh, nice. 6 + 2, 8. A very bad shape.
Chop off his cheek.
Look. In town, there's a lot of bad people. All right, and they want a lot of bad things with a lot of newcomers into town. So, I need to survive. I need to do what I'm told to do. Okay.
What's your name?
What's his name?
Yeah.
My name is Crack. Sorry. I never knew my mom had a rough upbringing.
I mean, yeah. Rough time for Crack, if you know what I'm saying.
Look, if you want, you guys look pretty tough.
Is that right?
No. We're not doing this again. No, we did this already.
Why do you guys have fighting rings here?
We're not fighting rings, but I was supposed to meet someone. And I was supposed to deliver her to that person.
You have a guard with a lot of duties. What the hell? How many agendas do you have?
Do you have any Utah?
Yeah. How's the wife? Crack. How's the wife?
Crack.
Not you specifically. Just they told us to gather as many bodies as we could and to deliver them. All right. I don't know what they do. They said dead or alive is fine. I just didn't want to kill you. So, and he reaches down to his balls, where he notices like there's a bit of blood coming out of them, and he's like, "Look, just please let me go. I don't want to die like this."
And we know you're not gonna turn us in. Sorry. I want to steal your thunder, but
Ragnarok.
Before we let you go, give us back all the money we brought you to get in.
Fine, and he tosses you back all the money that you guys spent. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but you guys.
150. Hugh was 100.
No, he had 100. You had 100, and I had 50.
So he looks like he's trying to stand up again.
Can he?
Do you guys let him?
no, I'm on top of him now. I want to be on top of him.
Ooh, this is excellent.
Okay, so
It really is.
he says, "Look, I've told you what you needed to know. Just please, just let me
Where
go.
are you supposed to bring the body?
I'm supposed to meet this man. I don't know his name, but we use a system of tunnels. All right, and he meets us at an intersection between the east sewers and the west ones. So that's where I was supposed to meet him. That's where I drop off the bodies at 5 p.m.
How close is that to Otto's Tavern?
I'm not sure. I guess I'm not very good at the sewer systems. I'd say it's.
I'm not good at the series. Oh, we did take that in class?
No. The other guard that's passed out, he's the sewer guy.
It's not very close to Otto's Tavern.
What's downstairs?
That's how I access the sewer system. It's our pantry, but we have an easy way into the sewers from there.
If I were to hide a body,
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Why'd you shave my beard?
I can't grow one, so that's why I hate beards.
Yeah, I know how you feel. It took me a lot to get this to grow.
Well, it's gone now.
It's gone now. Look, please get off me. Please. I don't want to die here. And he tries to like lift you off.
I'm still there.
Try and knock him out again.
What should we do with this guy?
I have no idea.
Bro, why don't we just kill the
I
guy
think we
and
just-
deliver his body, those bodies to the
Why are we delivering?
I
Yeah,
believe
but-
in the justice system.
I think,
don't
yeah, I
wanna
don't think
kill-
we should kill these guys.
Yeah.
I think we should just knock this guy out, leave him in the basement, and then we go to Otto's Tavern and do our
I like that plan. Knock me out. I don't want to die.
So you're meeting this guy at 5 p.m. between the east and west sewers when they meet.
Yes, 5 in the afternoon.
And what time is it now? Anyone have a
3:14.
sundial around?
He pulls out his sundial. And he says, oh, it's maybe like 1 in the afternoon now.
How did that sundial work indoors?
It's more of like a
Liar.
no, but anyway, so do you guys knock him out? Do you guys keep him awake? What do you do?
Just knock him out. Just go to Otto's Tavern. It's actually do the real mission for once.
Go ahead.
But always
Go ahead.
linked.
Yeah, no, I know it's gonna be late. But...
Alright, knock him out.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Crack.
Roll
Crack one.
for strength.
Crack's happy.
That's
with
what
it.
he wants.
Yeah, it's just to kill him.
This is what I want.
5.
5? Yeah. So you miss, and you hit your knuckles hit the ground. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
He's like,
But Crack takes your arm and hits himself with it, and he falls unconscious on the ground.
okay, right.
What the fuck? This guy's more fucked up than
We
me.
really wanted to be knocked out.
I'm heading out.
Let's time up.
Okay, I tie them together,
Okay.
Not a mouse, too.
tie them together, and we carry them to the.
Do you have a rope?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, we have
have
his
this.
rope.
Yeah,
Okay, so use your rope. And...
His rope.
his rope. He had a rope.
Oh, his rope. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you tie them together.
Tie them together, and then we bring them down to the basement, close the door, and lock them in there.
Okay. Right as you pull the rope to open the trap door, you just notice this terrible stench coming from down there. It smells.
Yeah, it's the sewers.
Where are we going there?
No, I'm just
No,
dropping
we're
them
just
there.
dumping the bodies in.
It just smells like urine mixed with like infection or something like that.
Smells like infection.
It smells like a UTI.
And as you toss them, you know it's a little dark, but you can make out that you just tossed them into a river, and they're both unconscious.
Yeah, I thought about this. Whatever, they're drowned. It's natural.
Do we?
Just give me a bit of
No.
I'm just like
No.
at the door. I'm waiting for you guys to
Let's go.
go. Like I don't care. at
Sorry,
all.
Crack, if you can hear me.
I thought I wanted to get a crack in our pocket, but I guess
Yeah, I'm not.
One
I'm
crack's
not,
He'll be
I'm not going in. I'm not chancing the infection river.
Yeah, fuck that.
infection.
Smells like
Yeah, I just
You
got-
see bubbles bubbling up at the surface of the water.
I feel bad.
Tough break.
Not so approachable now, eh?
Uh,
Fucking kill it.
well, I know what to put for worst crimes I've ever committed. My journal. I
You
close.
just drown someone into a UTI
I
river.
close.
They automatically melt, like unimpacted to water. It's like a road. Dude, what the fuck?
I don't want chlamydia. We close the door.
Yeah, you open the door of the tower leading back into town, and you see that the crowd's kind of cleared up, and there's no guards at the gate anymore. So people are just walking in willy nilly. Yeah, you notice there's a sort of crossroad that you're at here at the entrance of the town, and one road is going more towards a rich, affluent neighborhood, and the other one goes more towards a poor-looking neighborhood. And there's a center road going straight to the castle area.
Let's go to the pub or whatever.
Yeah, let's go to the bar.
Okay, roll me charisma, everybody.
You're
I-
charismatically walking.
I still have like +2 charm.
Okay, that's fine. You can use that.
12.
19.
19.
Jeez.
Very, very charisma.
Okay, so yeah, Ragnarok and Mayumi, you guys ask around looking for Otto's Tavern, and there's a young
Otto
man.
himself.
There's a young man who says, "Oh, it's right over there." And this is in the lower end quarter of town. It's a small tavern in a small alleyway. And as you're walking in the tavern, you get more of that smell, like a bit of urine, a bit of infection.
Disease.
You notice that the alleyway is kind of wet. The cobblestone is wet, and there's these small puddles of. It hasn't been raining, so and the tavern itself, it looks like an old building, glued to a bunch of other buildings next to it. There's no space on either side of it. and the door is a shabby wooden door, and the handle's broken on it. And yeah, you hear some music coming from inside of it.
I open it?
Yep. Right
Okay.
behind him.
Yeah. So you open the door into the tavern, and it's very dark in here. Maybe 5 candles lit in the entire room, and the rest of the room seems kind of engulfed in darkness. It almost seems to be like done on purpose. You see in the center of the room a small 4'5" figure dancing. Not very well. He doesn't look happy, but he's dancing. It looks like a small gnome, and he's wearing a hat with a little bell at the top of it. And he's kind of just dancing, and he doesn't look happy about it, but he's shaking his legs vigorously. The music doesn't really match the dancing, but there's 4 tables around with a lot of sketchy-looking people, hoods, pipes, just old gangly fingers and things like that. Many of them missing teeth, and they all they all seem to be laughing at the gnome. There's an older barkeep with some hair only on the sides and a bald spot in the center, and he's got a lot of wrinkles on his face, and he's just cleaning with like a dirty cloth at the top of the bar.
I walk up to the barkeep and I'm like, so what's going on with the gnome over there?
Roll me charisma.
Come on. 12.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Is that the infection?
Had something in my throat there. Yes, that's the entertainment for the night. Can I get you a drink? Can I get you anything?
I have so many questions I want to ask. Firstly,
start with one.
How much for a drink?
It'll be 7 or 8. What do you want?
I'll take a beer. Anyone else?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Wow.
Last one to eat.
Yeah, so 7 or 8, and he gives you an ale. It just seems like very stale. It doesn't taste very good, but it's alcohol.
I taste the infection.
No, you don't taste like UTI. And you get a porridge, tomato porridge, and it'll be 9 or 8. Yeah. So as you guys sit down at a table all together, you notice everyone roll me social perception.
Yeah. Oh. What?
Whoa.
What is that under?
Charisma.
Jesus Christ, 2.
Charisma.
14.
20. Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Same
Okay.
thing.
What the fuck?
8.
So you can put below social perception, you can put social perception in shabby environments.
Indoors.
Yeah, or in the lower class, you can put that if you want. Yeah, you notice someone in the corner of the tavern sitting at a poorly lit table, but with one candle, kind of hanging overhead. This looks like a figure with long robes and a lot of space below her wrists in the robes. And on the table, you see different cards that seem to be splayed out. And you see someone facing this person, and they seem to be engaged in a conversation. You notice an exchange of money going on. And the person sitting at the other side of the person with a card stands up and says thank you and walks out of the inn.
I'm gonna approach the person with the cards.
Okay. Do you sit down across?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down across.
Okay, Kira, you sit on the chair, and the chair just gives like a loud creaking sound as you sit on it. It doesn't feel very stable. But the person, as you sit across from this person, you notice below this hood is a quite beautiful face of a woman. She looks like she's in her early 30s, and she looks up and smiles at you and says, "You have come."
Indeed, I have.
Yeah, that's her voice.
You have come.
Yeah, you've come, dog. What do you think your future holds?
I don't know. I think you know.
I do know, but for a price, of course. She puts out her hand, expecting money.
How much are you expecting?
Oh, it's more of like a pay what you can type of system.
Pay to win.
Whatever you can afford.
I'll give her 25.
Pay to play.
You pay 25 Arain, and she puts the money in her pouch and pulls out a deck of cards, starts shuffling them. She puts one card out. You see this card, it has a tree, a black tree with a moon crescent on top of it. The next card, you see a hand, a fist, and the fist has a gauntlet on it with a blade embroidered into the fist. And you see another one, and the third one is a drop of liquid, and the drop has like a red tinge on it.
I'm dead.
Just says that. What?
Yeah.
And fun.
And she says, what questions do you have for Destiny?
Is that your stripper name?
What's your name?
My name is Hia.
Hia. Am I gonna die soon?
She looks at the cards and she says, your death is hard to foresee, but I do see it in your future.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Get a load of this guy.
Apparently you're gonna die sometime.
What do you guys do in the meantime?
I'm just looking for Urella.
Well, looking
I
for
was-
a fair,
I was gonna ask the
fair
bartender
la- I was a
What do you ask the bartender?
if he knows anyone by the name of Urella.
fair la-
Urella?
Sounds like a fairy tale.
Urella, yeah.
He says, oh, you're looking for her. She's over there. You see a woman on the opposite side of the tavern right now from Kira. She's at a larger table, surrounded by 10 other people, and you can't quite see her where she is, but you just see a group of people surrounding a table, and you hear arguing and laughing coming from that table, but also a lot of silence.
That's not possible.
You hear the odd laugh and the odd arguing voice, but a lot of just silence coming from that table.
She's sitting with multiple people.
You can't see who she is from that crowd, but you just see a crowd surrounding a table. Yeah.
Is there any free seat?
No, but you can approach the crowd if you want.
I approached the table.
Okay, you approach the table. As you get closer, you notice that you see two hands grasped one into the other, and they're shaking. As you get in closer, you see a woman engaged in an arm wrestling match with a very, very large-looking man. But she's holding him pretty well in the center right now, and they're looking each other in the eyes fiercely. As both of their wrists are shaking and people are debating who's going to win.
I say, wonderful battle. I'll buy an ale for the winner.
Are they still going?
Yeah, they're
I
still
wanna see
going.
the
Yes.
tickets.
Yeah.
I want to bet 200 Arain on the woman. Is she the only woman at the table?
Yeah. She's the only woman at the table. Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody gonna take that bet?
So yeah, you see like a scrawny man next to you, and he's got like two like large dimples on either side of his face, and he looks and says, "I'll take that bet."
All right. I want to cast Magical Hand. This is a cantrip actually. Basically, I can just like cast a hand. It can't really like pick up a thing. Wait, let me just read it. It'll be simpler. As a conjuration cantrip, a special floating hand appears at a point you choose within
Appears.
range.
In other words, it's visible.
Yeah, that's fine. The hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it. The hand vanishes, whatever. Okay, the important part is you can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door, container, whatever, blah blah.
Just reading that.
The hand can't attack, activate magical items, or carry more than 10 pounds. Basically, what I want to do is is conjure it under the table and tickle the guy's foot, or just tickle the foot.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're gonna have to roll me for the spell, but you also have to roll me stealth, sleight of hand, to do this in a stealthy way.
Okay.
So you roll me twice.
Right. So stealth is under what again? I'm sorry. What was your guys? Is that sneaking? Is under
You can use charisma. It's fine.
Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Can I still use my amulet then?
Yeah.
Nice. I roll a 5. Fuck.
Yeah. So that's for stealth.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else I was rolling, so I guess I don't know.
For the spell.
Casting the spell.
Yeah, casting the spell. But okay, it's fine. You rolled a 5, and so you see. So you open your hand up and you start casting the spell. Sort of like a aura of white light starts appearing in your palm. But the skinny guy says, "Hey, what are you up to? Are you doing little shenanigans here?"
I'm like, what's going on?
Roll me deception.
What is that? Is that fucking charisma? Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I got 1.
Hey, this guy's trying to cheat. He's trying to change the results of the fight. And he pushes you. You land on another guy who falls on the ground, hits his head, and starts bleeding from his nose.
That's my wheelhouse.
And he starts bleeding all over the cloak of another guy who gets up and grabs his bottle and tosses it straight at your face.
I dodge it.
Go ahead and roll for dodging.
+1. 16.
16, yeah, you dodge, and the bottle keeps going, careening, and hits the skinny guy straight in the face, explodes into shards of glass that penetrate his face, and he starts bleeding from his face right now. One guy punches another guy. The guy that fell gets up and tries to jump on you and tackle you to the ground. Dexterity.
I got 5.
You got a 5, and so yeah, you managed to dodge him again. And everyone roll initiative, whoever wants to.
I just wanted to talk to the barkeep.
Can I also roll initiative?
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah.
If I see a fight, I'm joining. Ooh. Okay, 5.
7.
19.
Okay, Mayumi, we'll start with you.
I just want to. I'm still at the bar. I just want to ask the barkeep. I'm asking the barkeep. Why is it soggy outside? Has it rained really? I haven't seen much rain in the neighborhood.
Don't mind the puddles. Some of our guests don't quite have the manners of upper class people, if you can follow my drift. They're pissing in the alleyway, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, it's piss?
Yes, it's piss.
Alright.
Anyway, can I get you a room?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ragnarok.
Okay, so he's into a scratch.
I'm just dodging left and right people are trying to kill me. I don't know.
Is the
Who's winning that?
The fight is getting chaotic right now, but the two people that are arm wrestling are still going at it as if nothing else is going on around them.
Because I'm waiting to buy the winner a drink.
Yeah, so you see the woman. The woman is starting to win a little bit. Yeah, a bottle. Rolling perception because a bottle is about to go flying at your head right
sick.
now. Yeah,
Cool.
rolling perception.
13.
13. And you duck right in time for the bottle to hit a man behind you in the head, who falls unconscious at your feet, and he starts bleeding on your shoes a little bit.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Kira, do you get up?
I for sure get up.
Okay, go ahead. So what do you do?
But
wait,
What about the broad?
wait. Don't go.
I need to.
There are dark omens in that direction.
They need me.
I know they need you, but you need you right now.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Wait for me.
Do you keep going?
Dude,
I keep going. No, I can't. There's no way
Wait for
Kira wouldn't go. I go and I start swinging.
Aquila starts growling.
just starts closing his eyes.
Alright, yeah, I turn around and Akila's growling.
Yeah.
I use my animal communication and ask him what's up.
Oh, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. Snoop Dogg.
Yo,
What's
dog.
up? Why you growling, Akila?
Yo, let's get those motherfuckers, man.
Alright, man,
I'm ready for a
let's go.
fight, man. I'm ready for a fight, dog. We're gonna fucking kill those motherfuckers.
Alright, let's go. And we rush to the brawl.
Akila's back. And he leaps into a fight and starts like biting someone's balls. I need to know what BB's doing during this time.
He's chilling. Like,
Having some of the beer.
he's still at the bar.
He's actually buying the beer for the winner.
Smoking a cigar at the bar.
Chatting up,
Maybe he's
the
just doing
bartender.
crunches. Just working his six pack. That's all he cares about.
There's a guy bleeding on your shoes. And he's like, what is BB doing?
If I were BB, where would I be?
Wait for this goddamn arm wrestle to end.
Yeah.
Try to get the guy
woman's
off
winning.
the
The
arm.
woman's winning right now.
The woman's about to win.
Yeah.
Is he still scrapping with people?
I'm not
You just dodged 2 fights, and everyone's fighting around you right
Oh,
now.
so that, you
Do I connect?
We're gonna roll.
Yeah.
Are you using your weapon right now, or you're just punching?
No, I'm punching. 16.
16, yeah. A guy just gets up, and he's got huge muscles, like one of the bigger looking guys. You see, you notice like a large scar across his forehead. Yeah, horizontal. Very weird scar.
dumb like that.
He swings for you actually, and you dodge and get him right in the abdomen with a punch that he just loses his breath and buckles down, holding his abdomen. And Akila jumps on his ear and starts like biting his ear. I'll fucking eat you, motherfucker! Yeah.
Liver shot, liver blow.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the fight flips, and the large man turns the hand and wins the battle against the girl.
Fuck.
Yeah. But no one is there to claim the money right now or to ask you for a beer. So, you said you buy a beer for the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the man goes, "Yeah, I did it. I beat you. You suck." And he says, "All right, who said he was going to get me that beer?"
I join him in the battle.
Go ahead and roll.
Well, BB stings. Well, as I'm going to play.
BB goes after you,
Yeah.
so you go first, yeah?
8 plus 2, so 10.
Yeah, so you just swing and you just hit the guy. He wasn't even like fighting. He was just watching. He's like, "Yeah!" And then right as he starts cheering, you clonk him straight in the face as he falls back, and he gets up and he's gonna try to swing for you too. You can go with BB.
Clonk.
18.
18, and BB just gets him right in the palate as he goes, "Oh!" And he gets down on both knees and starts like holding his palate and tries to like crawl out of the pub right now.
Nice.
And BB just like flexes, and that's it. So the fight kind of dies down at some point, and the woman just looks disappointed in herself. She's holding her head in her hands. She says, "I've been trying to beat you every time, and it gets so close, but at the last minute, you always end up winning." He's like, "Yeah, I know. Anyway, you think the people that we're waiting for are gonna get here soon?" He's like, "I don't know. We've been waiting for a while now. Maybe we should just give up."
Is the guy that I bet the money with like just unconscious right now? Like,
Yeah, he's unconscious. He's got like shards of glass.
I want to act like I'm like tending to his wounds, but I just want to pickpocket him.
Okay, you can roll for stealth if you want.
19.
And with a 19, you're gonna get 65 Arayan out of his pocket right
He
now.
didn't even have the 200.
Yeah, I
eh?
have 200 this guy.
Is it 200?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just saying you find 65. That's all you get. Before someone's like,
I'll just ask.
"Hey, you're not helping him. Why is your hand in his pocket?"
Did I hear the conversation between the two people? Like earlier?
Yeah. You guys all heard this, yeah.
All right. Well, is the fight still going on?
No, the fight's dying down. No. Yeah.
All right. Well, I dust off and get to them.
You sit down at the table with them.
Yep.
And what do you say?
Introduce myself. Kira Villanor. I'm looking for
Fairland.
Yorla Ferla.
You're Laferla. That's me. Are
Wow.
you the man that we're looking for? And she kind of pulls her sleeve back a little bit. You see just the beginning of the tattoo
I
of
nod.
the Order of Fall. She
I nod,
nods as
yes,
well.
we are.
Yeah, me too. I'm one of them too. And the big guy just kind of like pulls his sleeve down a little bit, and you can see a bit of the Order of Fall tattoo. She says, "And where are the others?"
Oh, they're right here. They're just having a little fun, you know. And I call everybody, guys. They're here. Come on over, boys.
Come, BB.
I got you, don't worry.
Yes, his breath did look like it smelled. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, so you guys kind of sit down around at the arm wrestling table right now. And Yorla begins to speak. She says, "I'm glad you're all here. Well, I don't want to waste too much time. My name is Yorella, and this is Bobo." And she...
Crack and Bobo. Oh my gosh. John, Crack, and Bobo.
Crack the guard.
Crack. Jesus Christ.
Don't talk about
It's
that.
like... Don't bring that guy up again. Forget this ever happened. So she says, "We're two agents that have been operating in Castle Brocklewhyte town for about a year now."
Ridiculous. Castle Brocklewhyte town. So the castle was a town.
It's a castle.
You decide.
Castle town. Look, I don't make up the names here.
Sorry, yeah.
Anyway, we've had the death of 3 of our agents in within a period of 24 hours about a week ago, happening in town here. I don't in this castle town.
Okay.
I don't have the resources to investigate this on my own. I needed recruits, so you're assigned to me for the remainder of this mission. I need to know, are any of you good at espionage?
I've done a couple of jobs.
Used to be a thief, so
No.
I know.
Are you good at anything?
I can.
I have herbs.
Fireballs.
A lot of perfume.
Tough blow. For a guy whose plans always go perfectly, eh?
You win some, lose some.
Looks like you're losing them all.
Do you know
Well, the
anything
guards-
about the guards wanting to kidnap this one?
What guards?
The gate guards.
Crack.
Crack.
Tear goes down.
Oh, I love that guy. You see that guard that's working at the front entrance? Oh man, me and him, we love throwing darts sometimes.
He's dead.
What?
He's dying to see you.
We already seem to have information on what you're asking us about.
What are you saying?
On our way here, we encountered a few difficulties, and we learned that we already learned that there's underground people here that
Oh man.
Yeah,
dude. So one guard basically was he told us that people were looking for bodies.
bringing bodies.
You don't know what to
down.
do with the bodies?
Bringing bodies
Dead
out
or
of the
alive?
sewers.
And she was this close to being one of those bodies.
How close?
Are you saying Crack tried to
Yeah.
kill
Yes.
one of you?
Yeah.
Crack would not do that. He's my best friend.
Crack did it. Who's speaking of, the girl or Bobo?
Another big guy, Bobo.
Bobo and Crack, what a pair.
Yeah.
Together.
Bobo and Crack.
Bobo and Crack.
Picturing like a mice and men. Bobo's Lenny.
The exact same thing. George and what's his name?
Lenny.
Lenny.
What did you do? How did you escape?
We drowned them
The details are not important.
in the HIV lake.
You killed Crack?
It was an accident.
He grabs you by the chest right now. If you want to
Who
resist.
started this?
Yeah, he grabs him by the chest.
3.
Yeah, so he grabs you by the chest, and he starts. You see like a tear going down his eye, and he's like, "Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now."
Because we're brothers, and I did it to protect a fellow sister who was on her way to being killed by Crack.
That's my Crack.
So this whole game is just
It's an analogy.
it's just a thing against drugs.
Anti-drug play.
For those watching at home.
Roll me charisma or persuasion.
1.
And he's like, "You're lying! You're lying!" And he grabs you, and he picks you up, and he brings you to outside the tavern, kicks open the door, and tosses you into a puddle of urine. Yeah, you're smelling like urine right now. Does BB do anything?
Make a BB sting the guy.
Does the lady not say anything?
Yeah, like
She's watching right now.
She's not saying anything?
No,
Like, can I...
I mean, like, it was his best friend.
So, lady, do you have any leads?
no,
Dude, you ignore... Wait.
Okay, yes.
I try to choke Bobo.
You walk out as well.
Not like, I don't want... Actually, I just try to, like...
Restrain him.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead and roll.
Choke. Does
We'll kill you
restraint
too.
count hand-to-hand combat?
Does restrain count? Yes.
21.
And with a 21, you actually grab Bobo by both his arms, and all of a sudden, like, the level to which you're muscular is very apparent to everyone around you. As you grab both his arms and you arm lock him in the back, and he's, "Let me go! I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna kill him!"
We had to do it, Bobo. We had to do it.
No! He starts crying, and he collapses collapses on the ground crying.
Bobo, I'm sorry, but my allegiance is to our brotherhood and protecting those in our brotherhood.
Why'd you have to kill him? You didn't need to die!
He had a knife at her throat, Bobo.
He's like, "Let me go!" And he tries to break out.
17.
Yeah, so you're holding him, and he can't break out from your grasp. And he just keeps crying, and he doesn't say anything.
Can I give Bobo a hug?
You don't have to ask me, just tell me. Roll me charisma, I guess.
I'm gonna bite your ear.
Here's the 1. And he bites my balls. 10.
Yeah, you get down on your knees, and you're reeking of urine right now.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Fuck, I should remember.
so give me a disadvantage and roll me again, and we take the worst one.
Can I smell like urine? Can I... Well, you just added that. Can I, like, prestidigitation clean myself?
Is that what it says? Read me prestidigitation.
Yeah, it says you can use it to, like... Tell you exactly. Create a safe noise, clean or soil an object.
Okay. Yeah.
I clean myself.
Yeah. So you use a spell to completely remove the odor of urine from yourself, and you're clean right now. And you get down on both knees, and you look Bobo in the eyes, and you have a beard or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your beard just looks cleaner than before as well.
Oh.
And you just come in and you just give Bobo this like heartwarming, sad hug, and he cries onto your shoulder, but he takes these like big deep breaths, and he seems to calm down a little bit, but he doesn't say anything. But he doesn't look like he's aggressive
I
anymore.
slowly let him go and join the hug.
Someone just like walks by you guys, like a passerby, just kind of looks at you guys and just keeps walking, a little uncomfortable.
Beat him up.
BB sting.
So, and Urella walks out of the tavern as well. Anyway, I think we should maybe get out of this area and go somewhere else. So why don't we go for a walk together? It's like 8 p.m. now.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, time flew.
Ah, jeez.
Wait.
Bar fight.
You get in one bar fight. Yes, 4-hour bar fight.
More. It was
Seven.
one. It was
7
like
hours.
one something.
No, it's 3:15.
Maybe you guys walked around town
No,
looking
one.
for the place.
I said 3:15. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was one. But did we have like a meeting at 5?
No, Crack
that
had a
was-
meeting at 5.
Yeah. Crack
Did we
and-
want to go?
He's not
there?
gonna-
No, we chose to not do that.
Because that was our only lead.
We
God
want, to
damn.
meet, we want to meet this chick. And Bobo.
I want to show you all something.
All right.
Ooh, this is sexy.
We're getting a room first.
Go say bye.
Not
to
in
the-
there.
I'll show you.
Let's
Yeah.
say bye to the card lady first.
Yeah, you walk back into the tavern and you look in the corner where the card lady was, and there's no one there.
That was your one shot.
Is she
of luck.
really?
But you do see one thing at the table. But you're not sure what it is. You see something on the surface of the table.
Do I?
Just walk outside. Don't even.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna walk outside.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Why?
You walk out of the tavern and yeah. Do you go back?
I
I
don't
know.
know.
I know.
I hear him tell, "Go back." I go back.
Go back.
Hey, go back.
Yeah, you see a small object on the surface of the table. Right?
What is it? Can I see?
You get closer, you see it's a card. It's that card that had a drop tinged with red, and you see the card is ripped in the center.
God damn! I take it with me.
Okay,
And I go.
you can add it in your documents pouch if you want, or your trinkets pouch. Probably it belongs there. Iorella takes you all across a walk through Castle Town of Brocklewhyte.
Small talk while we're walking.
Yeah, yeah,
Castle Brocklewhyte Town.
yeah. I mean, they're both good
Brockle-
names. They're both good
Brockle Town
names.
Castle.
They're both good names for this this hamlet town city that we're in. And anyway, what I want to show you all are the 3 locations where agents were murdered. Starting with this one, and she brings you to a small home, 2 stories high, and you notice that a window is broken on the 2nd floor. She pulls out a key and opens the door, and she brings you into a very quaint-looking house. But you notice everything's just been overturned. All the drawers have been opened up. A couch has been like cut in half. It looks like there was a sign of a struggle here. You notice some blood on the staircase leading upwards up to the 2nd floor, and on the 2nd floor, a strong stench overwhelms all 4 of you. Everyone roll me a Constitution check of 2.
16.
20.
Okay, natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have intelligence as a skill?
Yeah.
Do you have perception as a sub skill?
No.
So you can add a perception as a sub skill.
Ooh.
And yeah, you did anybody roll under a 2?
No.
Okay, good. So yeah, you're able to overcome the smell, and you see in the bedroom section of the house, lying on a bed, is a man, maybe in his late 20s, dressed in armor, and you see his hand, his arm, where his forearm was, and where the tattoo of the Order of Fall was. You see, his skin has been stripped off where the tattoo was. You don't see the tattoo; you just see tendons and muscles under that. And you see he's lying on his back with his mouth open and a dagger embedded straight into his tongue and down his throat. And he's starting to decompose. Looks like he's been there for a week now. This is Aris. He was one of my compatriots in town. We've been working together for maybe over half a year now. Commander Beskirl sent him in, and well, this happened at the beginning of the week. So,
I approached the body, inspected.
roll for investigation. Well, you can tell me what you're looking for.
I actually mostly want to look at the dagger, see if there's anything special about it. Just
Okay. You
pull it out.
yeah, you pull out the dagger, and you notice a few like finely crafted motifs in the handle. What did you roll?
8.
An 8. Yeah, that's it. You just notice some finely crafted motifs.
Okay, well, I look at is there any other like signs of battle? Wounds is the word I'm looking for. Does he have any other wounds?
Roll me for medicine. Wisdom, you can add
11 plus 1, 12.
11 plus 1, 12. Yeah, so you notice a bruise on his right upper arm. You notice also that there's some marks on his neck. That's all I'm going to say.
I clean the dagger.
Okay, yeah, you wipe it. What do you wipe it on? Bed sheets? I'm assuming?
Like his tunic or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the blood is dry. It's not really coming off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What do you guys do?
Inspect the apartment. That's what I want to do.
Roll
See
it.
if there's little objects lying around.
Roll me for investigation and add wisdom.
12.
Okay. Yeah, you notice in the drawers, you notice a book. I'll send you the link to the book so you can have it. What about you two? What do you guys do?
Can my dog try to get a scent off the dagger?
Okay, yeah, you can roll me for animal handling here.
1.
Okay.
1 plus 2, 3.
Yeah.
Smells his own ass.
Yeah. So, Aquila actually smells the dagger and starts sniffing all the way down towards the staircase going down. But you were a little bit busy in the room, so you kind of lost sight of Aquila for a second. And you just hear him go, sniff, 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 sniff. Oh, I smell something. And all of a sudden, he goes quiet. I'm sending it now. Give me a second.
So I notice he goes quiet.
Yeah, you notice he goes quiet.
I go check on him.
Yeah, you go down to the entrance room, and you see your dog lying on the ground, just motionless.
I run up to him and check his vitals.
Roll me for medicine.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you see. You notice that he's breathing, but he's not moving. He's not responding to you. You're not able to wake him up. He's just lying there on the ground, breathing.
Guys, help.
I asked Lady Aurelia, whatever. Hey, it's 8 p.m., right? You think the blacksmith...
Dude, are you gonna ignore the fact that
I'm
my...
not careless about your dog. Like, I care about your dog's alive. Like, whatever. What can I do? There's literally nothing I can do about that.
Dude, he was trailing something that he just sent, and then he got randomly out of nowhere, he got knocked the fuck out, and you're just gonna act like nothing happened.
I'm about to get my face beat in before you're just like, yeah, so, the food here.
I know that you guys can take care of yourselves.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, continue your question.
Well, look, for your dog, look at what he was smelling. Look at what was around. Maybe he stored some riff or something, man. I don't know. Overdose on riff. He was obviously smelling something in that area. Investigate.
Overdose on riff.
Investigate.
Riff is like,
I investigate.
in the province.
What are you
It
investigating?
used to be
Can I, do I see something? Like,
In the room?
something on the floor? Like, what is
In the room, you can roll me investigation. Yeah.
18.
You're looking around the room. You notice that between two of his hairs of fur, you spot a little dart right in his throat. And you notice with an 18 that the trajectory of the dart points directly to a window in the entrance room that was slightly ajar.
A jar.
What's a jar?
Sick working jar.
There was a jar on the windowsill. Okay. Yeah. Ragnarok, what do you do?
I send VB to go outside around the house, see if he sees anyone.
Okay. Roll for animal handling. This would be wisdom or charisma. Up to you.
I don't have either, it's okay.
It's fine.
A 2.
Okay. Yeah. BB.
It's the window.
BB goes out the window and says, "I got it. I'll check it out." And
What?
I got it.
I got it. I can do this. Finally, my first mission. Flexes his, he's doing crunches in the air out the window. BB says, "All right, I'm on the street, and and you don't hear anything else."
God damn it! These fucking
Dog
pets.
comms.
The other dog comes.
We've lost Mike 3.
I run outside.
You ran outside, and you're on the road side now. There's a bit of activity. There's a nice smell on the streets right now because there's a lot of food vendors that are out and just selling different types of foods on the street. You notice one of the vendors has just a bunch of different things in jars, and the jars are open, and he's got a few kids that he's trying to sell things to, and he's negotiating prices with.
Have you seen a bee? Have you seen a particularly jacked bee?
Roll me charisma.
Dude, this is not going my way today.
So you walk in and you like push a kid out of the way, and the kid falls on the ground and says, "Ah!"
That's a 20.
Takes 2 damage. Bludgeoning.
The merchant says, "What are you doing? What are you doing to all these children? Leave them alone.
Wow, and
Who are you?"
Where the fuck you from, bud?
Yeah, it's like, sorry, I lost my pet bee and I'm just going crazy. Sorry, kid.
Which one happened first? You went crazy and then you lost your pet bee? Or you lost your pet bee and then you go crazy?
I lost my pet bee and then that made me upset.
Yeah, as you're having this argument, you notice two pairs of wings sticking out of one of the jars, and you just see like a label saying honey. As BB's just having a feast right now, just completely distracted, eating all this honey. Do bees like honey?
Yes.
Produce
Make
Do
honey.
they also like honey?
Yeah.
I guess they do
I
now.
don't think so.
Oh well,
Do they?
in this
BB
universe
does.
they do.
BB
BB does.
BB does.
BB's accountable. Fukur?
All right. Well, look. I will care about this dog now. I go downstairs. I just thought he snorted riff, honestly, but I look across through the window. What is directly across? Like, where would the dart have come from? Jesus.
Yeah.
Tough, eh? First day from your mouth.
Roll me investigation.
19.
19. Yeah. You spot with a 19 in the small opening of the window. You see a stand with a merchant sitting there, and right as you look through the window, he makes eye contact with you, and he turns and he starts walking away. He's wearing like fancy robes, like, and he also has like a necklace with these wooden twigs just attached all over around the necklace. He turns, he walks into the alleyway behind him.
I open the window and I jump out of it.
Okay, dexterity.
Can I be agility?
Yep.
Yes. Finally, it's the first time I use this one. Oh, I got 5.
Yeah. You as you step through the window, you trip and you fall and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. But you still got him in your line of sight as he gets tangled up in a bunch of bags behind his marketplace because he rolled a 4.
Right, bitch, we both suck.
I see this happening.
Yeah.
I say, I'm so sorry to the merchant. I grab B.
VV or V?
Bartholomew, what do you think you were doing?
I'm sorry. I saw the honey and it's been a while. You haven't been feeding me, man. All right? Look. I got this. Let's do it.
Would you,
And he starts doing crunches. Gotta get pumped.
Come on.
would you like some of that honey, B?
Yeah, man. I'll do anything for some honey. Come on.
How much for the honey, my good sir?
For a man like you, I would say 60 Orion.
60.
You child bully.
Buddy,
Buddy,
you can keep the honey, buddy.
Dude, you're buying the
Please, man, please. And he's just crunching it, like looking at you expectantly. I'll do anything, man. I'll do it. I'll serve you good, man.
I promise I will get you honey at the next place. Let's go.
Fine. All right. And
I follow him. I run
Alright,
towards
I
him.
start sprinting towards him.
yeah, so both of you roll me agility.
Oh, you get to use it again.
Level +2. 17. That's hard to see.
1. What the fuck? I crawl.
No. You start walking full speed. You got your line of sight on this guy, and you're ready to go. But you, because you're so focused on this guy, you just crash into the stall of like a full pottery set. Just comes crashing down all over, like a whole china set just falls on the ground. You fall down as well. You knock over the shelf, and your axe just falls and cuts the guy's toe. He's freaking out. He starts bleeding everywhere. Ah! You cause a huge ruckus. Everyone starts screaming, this creates a lot of movement between Fukrur and the person trying to escape. So the guy trying to escape gets advantage. And what did you roll, Fukrur?
I had rolled 17.
Yeah, 17. He gets advantage as he's really hard to spot. But you push two people out of the way, and you run so fast to the alleyway that you actually still have him in your line of sight. He's at the end of the alleyway, and he's turning to the right now to try to move out of the way. Mayumi?
Welcome back.
I was really just about to be like, guys, you get up with me. I gotta lead.
Yeah. Do I see this from the upstairs? Can I see where
you just hear what's happening? You just hear the ruckus going on in the street right now. You heard the sound of pottery breaking, and you're still in the bedroom right now. You just pulled a book out of the
drawer?
The drawer, yeah.
I try to contact the Alex. What the Fukrur? Where is he heading? I'll try to cut him off.
You just took a right off an alley that I'm following. I'd say maybe one house down from where we were. He hopped into an alley and took a right out of that. So I would just keep going straight, maybe go around the second building.
Ok, parfait. Ben, c'est ça que j'ai essayé de faire.
You're still on the second floor. Do you jump out the window or you go down the...
No, I jump out.
You jump out the window?
Acrobat.
Okay, roll me acrobatics.
Yuri.
6, yeah. You open the window, you grab the ledge, and you prepare yourself to rappel down by trying to catch yourself on the pieces of brick that are sticking out of the surface, of the ledge of the side of the building. But right as you jump down, you miss a brick and you just keep falling. You fall down onto a barrel. You're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm dead.
And then you fall.
He jumped out of the window! Why did you just take the stairs?
I didn't think I was going to take 9 points.
And we're going to go on to the death minigame.
Minigame! Mario Party, but...
We're going to do a full round, and then we're going to roll for how you're doing. But you just collapsed, and you're unconscious.
Don't forget you guys can help him to give him advantage.
So the way death works is that the way death works is that Mayumi's on the center line here, and Mayumi is going to roll every round. If Mayumi rolls a 10 and over, Mayumi goes closer to life. Right? This is life. This is death. Right? So if you roll under a 10, you go closer to death. You need to roll 2 times to die and 2 times to come back. Right?
That's pretty cool.
You guys can give an advantage by doing healing stuff, supportive care, charisma. If you roll high enough and I accept it, then it'll count as an advantage for her. Okay? So next up is Kira. So Kira, what do you do?
I take the dart out of my dog, and I put him in a sleeping mat.
Okay. You have a sleeping mat?
I have a sleeping mat.
Really?
Yeah, I have 2 sleeping
He actually
mats.
does.
I remember this when he bought
Yeah.
a pillow.
Yeah, I have
Wow.
a kid.
Oh, you.
A kid-sized one.
Okay, but do you have a pillow for sleep apnea?
I don't, but he's good. He's breathing. I heard it.
Okay. All right. So you lie down,
that's
Aquila, on your mat, but you have no pillow. So his head is kind of horizontal. It looks like at some point he might, stop breathing, but you can't be sure of it. But anyway, so yeah.
All right.
So yeah, what do? You still get another move. What do you want to do?
Can I do anything to help him? Like
You tell me
Get
what you
back.
want to do. I'm not going to give you any answers.
I'm gonna give him support, like charisma support.
So not your friend that's dying in the
No.
alleyway.
My dog,
What do you tell your dog?
dude, wake
More
up,
work
man.
colleague.
I'm with you, buddy. We're gonna get through this. Let's go.
Roll me charisma.
Wake up.
So you got 20.
Not 20.
Animal handling or just charisma?
Charisma.
10.
10. Okay, so you kind of shake your dog and you try to wake Aquila up, but he's not waking up. Yeah. Fakura?
I'm gunning it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
so
feeling agile. I'm feeling dexterous.
go ahead.
What am I rolling here?
Agility.
12.
And you're running all the way to the end of the alley, and you turn the alleyway, and you see that he slipped and fell on the ground, and you're able to catch him. So what do you do when you catch him?
Oof.
I'm in for a kiss.
You made eye contact.
I saw you eyeing me.
I just put him down on my foot.
Okay, now it's like a back alley, like a very back alley. There's just like a bunch of garbage and food. There's some rats and more puddles here.
Yeah,
Of questionable origin.
I put my phone on his back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Who are you?"
He turns and he's going to try and attack you.
My foot's on his back.
He's gonna try. I could give him disadvantage. You can roll me strength now.
The point. Strength.
Yeah.
This one. 10.
10. Yeah, no, he wins this one. He turns and he tosses 2 daggers right at you.
He tosses daggers at me.
Yeah,
Like,
right
what's
at your neck.
I
And
understand how this is possible.
he's got 2 daggers in his wrist area.
You just
and
toss them up.
he turns, right, and he tosses them backwards at you.
Okay.
And one of them actually catches you on the side of the neck, slicing just the outer part of the skin, dealing 5 points of damage, slashing damage to the neck.
I'm pissed off.
Ragnarok.
See,
I wasn't gonna kill him.
that's
but no, I haven't.
full damage. There's a reason for that. I'm still dealing with the dude with the chopped up toe and a million broken bots.
Oh yeah. He's freaking out. My foot, my foot! A bunch of people are screaming around, and 2 people are trying to help him with his foot, and everyone's just staring at you in disapproval and in shock.
Just an old lady.
Guys, I am so sorry.
I love it. I'm just picturing this big dude, just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I can like
Just keep running.
yeah. It's I'll help you. I'll come back, and I run towards him,
Roll me agility.
and I keep running towards him. Actually, no, I fly towards him.
Whoa!
Oh.
That's so cocky.
Fly towards him.
Describe what your fly spell does.
Are you taking the stairs?
I'm just like, guys, I'm so sorry.
Exit stage up. Like a pulley system. Like.
He's sort of gone.
The where can fly for 10 seconds must be re-enchanted by placing it in the sun over a long rest.
Okay, wait. So you're using your amulet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll me for flying. This would fall under magic,
Yeah.
which falls under intelligence.
14.
Okay, and with a 14, you fly in a vertical line straight up, and you reach a higher altitude than the buildings around. You see the outline of the area with the alleyway that Fukuru ran into, and you see, you hear signs of a struggle coming from behind the alleyway. You have 10 seconds. What direction are you flying in?
Right towards it.
So you land on the rooftop above Fukuru right now. Your 10 seconds are up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You stop. That's it.
Don't jump.
Oh, how tall is this rooftop?
3 stories high.
Oh,
Shit,
no,
that's
no,
higher
I
than-
am not. I enter through it. No, I can climb down.
Okay. All right.
No, I don't know.
Going for climbing.
You can look around. Is there a door?
Right now
An
you're on.
entrance into the building that I'm on?
The
I'm
stairs.
so fucking scared now.
Yeah, you see.
do
You
that.
don't see an entrance from the roof. You do see a balcony with a bit of clothes hanging off of the balcony. This is in the alleyway. You also see a flower pot and a door leading into the apartment right below you, the medieval apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You didn't think this through, did you?
I try and climb. I climb on the door area into the medieval apartment. This is gonna be worse than just jumping.
Rolling for climbing. You can use acrobatics, strength, agility. Not agility, sorry.
3.
3 total?
Yeah.
All right. And with a 3 total, you lose your grip and you catch yourself on one of the pieces of clothing attached to the balcony as it rips. And right now you're holding by no, more like 10 threads, but you're still holding by a few threads. BB's like, shit, okay, oh, what do you need me to do? What do you need?
I told BB to go get the people's attention that are in the apartment.
Okay, BB flies. Roll me animal handling.
Bro, this thing's broken. 4.
4.
Come on, man.
BB flies into the apartment,
It's a
and
window.
no. The door is ajar, and there's just enough room. There's just enough room for BB to make it through the opening, and you don't hear anything for a while. Two more threads break, and you're down to 8 threads now, and you just hear coming from inside the apartment, and BB gets smacked by someone taking 3 points of damage, bludgeoning damage. Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Your turn, Mayumi. Mayumi, you're gonna roll for death or life here. You can add Constitution.
I don't have any.
You don't have it.
12.
That's a 12, and you are one step closer to life, Mayumi. As you just feel like the light is fading away, and you're coming back to the world of the
What
living.
is Iona Farrella doing?
Oh, Iona Farrell is in the. Well, you can't see her.
Yeah, I know. She knows what happens. I'm just saying.
Watching what was going on?
You don't see her. You're not around her. I can't tell you.
I'm still in the apartment.
You're not omniscient, guys, so I can't tell you what's going on.
Do I see her?
No, you're in the bottom floor.
Yeah, but did she stay in the top floor?
Roll me perception.
It's true. She's just seeing all this. You're retarded right now.
12.
How about Bobo, man?
Fuck is Bobo, yeah.
What did you say?
12.
12?
I was crying in the bathroom.
Yeah, so
Crack?
you heard shuffling behind you. It sounded like 2 people stepped outside. But you were talking to Aquila, trying to wake Aquila up. You were just in the moment with Aquila. So you can't actually, you didn't see them, but you heard. Yeah, so Mayumi, you're good. I need to know what Kira does next.
Alright, so.
Where did you roll?
12.
Oh, I can't see her.
Yeah, he's good. So.
One step closer.
I'm gonna hit a 1 next turn.
Do I even know what's happening with you?
Ça dépend. Si ton perception a entendu, I guess.
Do I know he fell off the window and he's dead?
You just heard on this mic. Fuck.
No, yeah, you just heard crashing coming, and from the alleyway.
Alright, then I'm still trying to revive Aquila.
Okay.
This time I give him water and a dog treat,
Oh my god.
and I give him a kiss.
Okay. Roll me charisma.
And
Not
romance.
animal handling?
Roll me romance.
Roll me charisma and roll me animal handling.
Alright.
That's your advantage.
18 for charisma.
What the?
21 for
Get the
animal
fuck.
handling.
And Aquila wakes up and eats the treat immediately.
Pizza crack.
I love that. I love one of those snacks you got. You got me like.
What's his HP?
Man, I feel like I should just pass out to get some for free. Anyway, so what are we doing? What's the plan?
Is he? What's his HP status?
He didn't lose any HP.
All right, man. All right, so let's go, Aquila. We gotta find the guy who did this to you.
How long does animal communication last for?
It actually does not have a
The time limit?
no.
Okay,
So
so we're gonna say an hour
all right. So
before you
it's
have to
probably
recast it. Not when did you cast it again?
done.
In the bar fight.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Okay. So.
He's growling and
He
he's
gets me still, so I tell him, let's go. We gotta get the guy who did this to you.
okay. And you can control Aquila for a turn. Or what do you want to do?
No, he's staying very close to me.
Okay,
Like,
so you're going
waiting
on.
for me.
You're both
We're
going on the
together,
street.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Your turn.
Okay, so
Actually, the guy's gonna try to break free, and he sort of broke free a little bit. He's gonna try to escape with disadvantage. No, he got it.
I didn't get to do anything after he did that.
Look.
That's fine. He's still gonna try.
Look up.
Yeah, he tries to break free. What do you want to do?
Well, I did try to put him back down. Well, I want to attack him. Is this my move or is this my defense?
It'll be your defense. So you're gonna get
So
two.
strength 14.
He breaks free and he knocks you down on the ground. And he gets up and he tries to run.
Oh, nice. I point at him and activate helpful. Sorry, I forgot the word, but it's cool. Hellish Rebuke. Rebuke? I don't know.
Rebute.
Rebuke.
Rebuke.
You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames.
Is it an illusion?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me for magic here.
Well, now I can use charisma as magic rolls. Can I use my amulet for that too?
Yep. If it says a +1 charisma, then you can add your amulet.
So 10.
And are these anybody can see them or just him?
It's just him.
Just him, yeah. He starts running down the alleyway. He looks like he's about to get away, but then you see him stop and and he starts freaking out as he's trying to put out flames all over himself right now. He's not running forward anymore. He's just trying to like drops rolls, tries to like put out the flames. Ragnarok, you're down to 6 threads now. Another one falls.
And I'm like right on top of him right now.
Yeah, you just hear someone screaming down the alleyway below you.
Hey, Fakir, can you help?
How high is he? Like 3 stories?
3 stories.
You look up.
bad.
You see Ragnarok hanging from a nightgown that was drying. That was like tied to the balcony, and it's ripped. And you see like 6 threads left. And he's about 3 stories high now.
Why don't you try to jump through a window?
3rd floor.
Go. And
6 threads.
I want to try that.
I don't know. 6 threads, I guess.
Or you could just climb up and try to grab a rope instead of being on the thread.
Is there a rope with them?
Well, the rope that the thing's hanging on.
There's
The
no
balcony.
rope. It's tied to the actual like stone balcony.
Oh.
Oh, so I'm just hanging on like from the balcony.
No, you're hanging on from a nightgown that's attached to a balcony.
Yeah. Okay.
I would climb up. That's what I'm saying. I would climb up.
Is there a balcony under me? Because there should be another.
Yeah, there's balconies under you. Yeah, the balcony under you has a table and 2 chairs on it, and you notice like a pipe and an
Okay, so I
ashtray.
should be hanging like right in front of that balcony. So I just like.
It's your feet are kind of like dangling right below the ceiling of the floor below you. But actually, because the balcony is kind of advanced forward, yeah, you're kind of, yeah. I guess you could say because you're so tall, your feet are not so far from the ledge of the balcony below the one that you're on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Story.
Okay.
Okay.
Drop down.
Just drop on the balcony.
You have to drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to drop on that balcony.
Go ahead and roll.
Drop down. Oh my god. On a 14. Fuck, I can see the red. 14.
And with a 14, you manage to just let go and land directly on the ledge, and you're just balancing right now perfectly. You hear bzz, bzz, ah, ah! And BB just comes back outside and says, I don't want to talk about what happened in there.
Okay. Don't. So right now the other dude's on fire.
He's not on fire. He's just like
he's just rolling around as if he's on fire, but he's not on fire. But he looks like he's not. Like he looks like he thinks he's on fire.
Oh, that's hilarious. I thought you go help for crew with the guy.
What'd you say?
Go help for crew.
I just want him to high five me. BB, high five me.
You tell BB to go help Recur.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. And he all the way down, and he kind of just looks, and he looks at the guy rolling around, and he's like, and 18, he stings him in the eye.
He's a little bitter at the Apple.
It's having a bad day.
Yeah. Roll me perception. 20.
Jesus.
Yeah. You're going to see with a 20 a door open on the right behind you in the alleyway, and you turned just in time to matrix dodge a crossbow bolt that comes careening straight at you and breaks into two pieces as it hits the wall of the alleyway that was on your left. You see a 7-year-old child holding a crossbow.
Does he look menacing, or is he more like just trying to have fun?
He looks menacing, I'd say. He just
shooting crossbow.
He's got a sick aim, let me tell you right now. That's a matrix dive.
Yeah. Also, you roll a natural 20?
No, 18 plus
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
I can't opportunity attack or anything?
Nope. Mayumi.
Reloading crossbow bolt. Right.
Easy back to the left.
Maybe. Back in the middle.
9.
And you slip back towards
The
the neutral
neutral zone.
zone, where you're still
Purgatory.
you're still not sure whether you're ready to live or die.
That was a turnover in the offensive zone right there.
Alright, so I just walked out.
Yeah, you just
I see this body on the floor.
you just walked out. You walk by the alleyway, and you spot just a leg next to a broken barrel in an alleyway, and you just see a ruckus as people are trying to gather up all the pieces of bowls and plates that were broken apart, and a man being carried onto a cart with like blood coming out of his toe, and he just like lost consciousness and fainted, and that's it. You also hear what's happening over there.
A kid is on the floor dead.
Alright, so I send Aquila to the body in the barrel to take a look. And like I keep going towards them.
What do you tell Aquila?
Well, actually, no. I go with Aquila. Take a look at the barrel, the body in the barrel.
Okay, roll me medicine.
2.
Okay, so you walk in and you see Mayumi, and you think it's a really good idea to like put your hand over her mouth to see if she's breathing or not. And this is going to give you disadvantage on your next roll.
Milton, not abuse.
Is she okay?
I'm sorry.
She breathing?
Oh,
sorry.
Kicks her in the head. You okay?
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I thought I didn't have a turn.
the child starts reloading to prepare to attack you again.
But this time is he menacing or just fun?
Now it looks like he's having fun.
He's enjoying this.
Just doing this for
reminded
fun.
me of me when I was a kid. I mean, the fuck, I don't want to kill a kid.
What kind of spell was it in the description of your
my
spell?
first level spell.
Was it a concentration spell?
I don't want to crush that.
I don't know. Was it a minor illusion?
What was the spell called? Sorry?
What? No, it's right here. Minor illusion.
What's the spell called?
Hellish something.
Hellish Fire?
Hellish
Rebuke. Rebuke.
Rebuke.
Cool spell.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Duration. What you take in oh yeah, duration. Instantaneous. Okay, so yeah, so the person rolling around with disadvantage because he got stung by a BB is going to try to break free of the spell. Roll me for maintaining that spell with disadvantage because you're distracted.
Do I add any add-ons or?
Yeah, all your magic points.
All right, well, 6.
Yeah, so he has a 7. So he realizes that the flames have gone. He's still holding his eye, but he pulls out a dagger and he's going to actually smile and start advancing on you, Fakrur.
Now we have an old classic dust off.
Oh, yeah.
It's an old Mexican
Yeah,
standoff.
Exactly. I get to cut my dagger. My first move is, well, my goal here is to basically have him be between me and the kid. So like that, I'm a way harder target. So I want to make it look like I'm charging him, but then like last second I just want to like evade him a bit and go behind him.
You want to catch him like with your armor on his neck?
I don't really want to touch him. I want to.
You just want the shot to be directed in your direction, and then you dodge the shot.
The guy's not gonna be able to shoot him soon.
The kid, you mean? I'm confused as to what you want.
I want the
Or
guy.
you just want him to be fighting you, but between you and the kid.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. So my goal is to get behind him. Well, not necessarily behind him, but like I don't care if it's.
You can roll dexterity. You can roll dodging here. It's fine.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
7.
And with a 21, he plunges his dagger straight into your belly. You're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage.
The fuck is this guy?
Yeah, 10 points of piercing damage. And Ragnarok, it's your turn. You see Fakrur get stabbed in the alleyway.
Okay. Not cool.
You're still balancing.
Yeah.
He said 5.
10 points.
I try climbing down again, but if I'm on the second floor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. This time you'll have advantage because you're not hanging from 6 threads. Yeah.
Oh, 7.
7. And you slip, and once again you're holding yourself from the last balcony. Your axe actually falls off your back, and it looks like it's going to fall into the alleyway. You want to try to catch it?
And chop off my hand.
No, it's going to fall into the alleyway. You're going to lose your axe. It might break. Do you want to catch it before it falls?
Yeah, I'll catch it.
Okay, so roll me a 5 here. You can
You get a 1 and chop off
you
my
can
hand.
add dexterity, sleight of hand
If
here.
you get a 1, it's gonna land on full crew.
Slice his head in two, and my axe breaks. 10.
Yes.
10, and you catch it in your hand. Right now your axe is dangling down. Your axe is dangling from your hand. Your other hand is holding the balcony. You have a good grip. What does BB do?
BB, BB sting. Wait, fuck. I'm getting raped by a kid and the guy.
I don't understand who the fuck this kid is.
Yeah, so.
He's enjoying it too.
What's the other guy doing right now? What do I see?
You just see the other guy leaning over for Kruger, and you just see his hand like holding a knife into Fakrur's abdomen.
Okay.
You just stab Fakrur.
BB stabbed him in the other eye. Also, this guy's like kind of blind. He got stung in one eye.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be able to stab him. So stung him in the other eye.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Hard.
Go ahead and roll.
10.
10.
Plus, is that anything?
Does BB have
Yeah,
modifiers?
No shit.
Those abs that do come handy.
And right as BB gets ready to sting him in the eye, you see another movement coming from the main alleyway. It seems like someone just came in, and BB stings the man in the eye, and he lets go of Fukrur, drops his dagger on the ground, puts both his hands on either of his eyes, and then you just see an axe turn and slice the man's head off, and his head rolls onto the ground. And you see Bobo standing there with his battle axe.
You can't question that body now.
What is this alleyway?
Bobo sucks, man.
Took him like an hour to get there.
At least
He kills our only info.
Is the kid still there pointing that crossbow?
You see the kid actually you see the kid is not holding the crossbow anymore. You see the crossbow on the ground, and you see the kid's body just on the ground as well. Yeah, Mayumi.
There you go, bud. Got another roll. You can get a 1.
It's a disadvantage.
Yeah, well, you can get a 1 and die.
Oh, wait, vraiment?
No, I don't know what 1 does. No, this is just
Mais juste hit un 4, c'est dead. 12.
So where were we now? We were at neutral.
He's at no jam. He wasn't.
So now you're back towards death. So you got one more, and then you're dead.
Try and help him again.
Yeah.
I know Milton.
All right, your turn, Kira.
So I
Jumping out of windows, eh?
That's
not what he used to be.
I tell Akila to support Mayumi and help her out while I try to get to these guys.
Okay. How do you want Akila to support Mayumi?
Because he did it for me, so he already knows what to do. He got me an advantage already.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
Animal handling, yeah.
18.
18. And Akila goes close to Mayumi and just licks Mayumi's ear very aggressively. And what do you do?
I start running towards these guys.
Okay. So you're going to have advantage on your next roll. Yeah, Mayumi.
Si je meurs pas ça, bro, je vais être fucking pissed. Je vais être fucking pissed.
If you roll.
Mais je comprends pas pourquoi j'ai pas pu heal genre au début à la base.
What do you mean?
Genre quand on est passé de la première mission à la nouvelle mission.
You could. We all healed. You said you rolled very badly.
Ouais, mais genre,
I didn't.
tu sais, est-ce que c'est un jour?
It's an extended rest, so you get 2 d20.
2?
Yeah, whatever's written in your thing. I can't remember.
You said a long rest.
Ouais, moi j'ai fait un 1d20.
I said an extended rest.
Ok, c'est correct.
Correct.
What's up, guys? Hey, Bobo, can you heal? Bobo, I can use a heal. Look at the dagger in here.
We're not out of this mess yet. He walks away from you towards the open door where the kid was at, and he kicks the crossbow out of the way and enters the building.
Huh? He kicks
the crossbow out of the way, out of reach of the kid's hands, and he walks into the building and disappears into the building.
Okay, well, let me just look at my health again to decide. Should I take the stairs or should I jump?
Ragnarok, what do you do?
I'm still.
Yeah, you're still dangling now. Yeah.
So just simple. Go to. I'm in the building he just entered, right?
No, so there's 2 separate buildings on either side of the alleyway here. Yeah.
Okay, so I try to climb down again.
You're you can easily get down to the alleyway now.
Okay, I just jumped down.
You jump down, and what do you want to do?
I follow Bobo into the building.
Okay. You walk into the building, and you spot a long hallway. You see Bobo holding his battle axe. He looks at you and nods. Like an acknowledgement of your presence there.
Oh, okay.
So do you do anything, or you just sit?
It's like, what do you think's in here?
I don't know. We're gonna find out, though.
Oh, you sound really excited.
Well, you know.
really don't.
Yeah, you actually step over the body of the kid. You don't see any signs that the kid was killed, but the kid is not moving. You also see only perception.
13.
Yeah, you see at the end of the hallway, from the shadows emerges the figure of Eleonora, who seems to be like sneaking and trying to sneak up on someone. She enters one of the rooms, and you hear two thuds, and then silence, and then you see her emerge, and she waits for you guys to come in. Is BB with you?
Yeah, BB's right next to me.
You guys advance into the hallway and enter the new room. Mayumi, advantage.
You rolled a 5 and a 4.
A 5 and a 4.
Moi j'avais 1D pour mon extended rest.
It's 1D what? 1D20?
1D20.
Did you roll a whole D20?
Yeah, une fois. Mais toi tu m'as dit
Plus
c'est
level.
2D20.
Plus level.
Yeah, plus level.
Okay.
C'est
Then.
correct, je suis mort.
It's okay. I'll give you an extra chance because of that discrepancy. It's fair. That's a fair argument. Okay. You want to roll one more time? 14, and we're back to neutral.
Jesus Christ.
But is it 1 or 2 D20s?
It's 2, but
too long as one.
I
Non,
correct.
parce que moi j'ai 1.
I know, but I corrected it on some character sheets, but I might not have corrected it on yours. So to resolve that discrepancy, I gave you the extra chance. So now we're back. We're back to neutral.
C'est fair.
We're back to neutral. Mr. I jump out of windows. Okay, your turn.
Alright, well, I'm on my way. I'm running towards them.
Okay, so you're running towards the alleyway now?
I'm running towards where they were.
Yeah, you see Fakrur kneeling on the ground. You lost a bit of blood there from your abdomen.
That's what a dagger in there does.
Yeah.
You good, buddy?
You see that?
No.
Where'd they go?
They went to the house over there.
Alright, man. Get well soon.
And you head into the house as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you enter the house, you see the crossbow, you see the child. You step over the child, you enter, and you see Bobo and Ragnarok about to enter the room here. Ragnarok, we're going to have you roll directly here. Actually, for Kura, we're going to give you a chance to...
I was just going to crawl towards the body and just investigate it.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
17.
Yeah, you see with a 17, this person is wearing, I wouldn't say poor people's robes, maybe like lower upper class robes. And you notice two gold rings on his hands. You find 50 Arayan on him.
Awesome.
And you also notice, for some reason, you opened his eyelids and you saw that he has one eye that's just full white.
Okay, I take off the eye.
Okay.
I put it in the same pouch where I have the dead skin, like the skin that I had skinned off another guy.
That's fine. I won't make you roll for that. You pull out a white eye.
I also take his rings. Any special? Do they look special?
They look like they have some value to them. You can add them to your trinkets pouch if you want.
Okay. Put them on.
Put them on. Okay. Add them to your worn on body section in your character sheet. So, whose turn was it again? Ragnarok?
I just took his.
Ragnarok's turn.
Yeah, it's on your roll.
Yeah. So, what's your approach going into this room?
The room that she just beat the guy in?
Yeah.
I asked Bobo if he wants to go first.
Okay. So Bobo looks at you and he says, he just nods for you to go first.
Okay. I walk in, but clutching my axe.
Okay.
Ready?
You walk into this room and you see Eleonora is actually, so Iorella, her name is. You see her in a struggle with a dagger with another person who's wearing this priest outfit, and he's got just like black makeup all around his face with a black circle, and you just see like a white cross across his face as well as makeup. You see his robes; they're like a yellow color, and so he's struggling right now with Iorella, and it looks like he's about to like press the blade into her face. Bobo hasn't seen this yet, so you're the first one to walk in.
I swing and chop off his arm.
So go ahead and roll.
Jesus Christ. 4, but I get a lot of pluses. 4, 5, 8.
8.
9. Sorry.
Whoa.
9, and with a 9, you swing your axe in a upward arc, slicing his entire shoulder off as he falls on the ground, bleeding out. He tries to like hold his stump, but he quickly loses consciousness. 2 other of these priest-looking people walk into the room, and one of them tosses a ray of energy straight at you, aiming for your head. What do you do?
I try and dodge and hit him with lightning.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Dexterity first.
Oh, cool. A 1.
A 1. And you take the full blast to your head as it hits you in the head, right on the forehead. You're gonna take 6 points of corrosive damage, and you just feel your forehead get a little heavy. And it feels like something's on it, but you can't tell what. Mayumi, your turn. Back to neutral.
You don't.
Oh, le chien.
Does he get another advantage?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dog is there licking your ear.
Get up.
20.
Go.
20?
Yeah.
And with a 20, that's a natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do you have Constitution as a core skill?
I do not.
You can add Constitution as a core skill, and you're one step closer to life. Your turn, Kira.
I follow Ragnarok right behind him with my axe as well.
Yeah, Ragnarok came flying out of the room and hits the wall, and you notice something growing on his forehead.
Oh, fuck.
It looks shiny and yellow and dark.
UTI.
Oh, wait.
You're dead.
Bobo says, "Are you okay?"
He's talking
to Ragnarok.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Are you okay, Ragnarok?
Who said that?
Bobo.
I feel like there's something on my head. Can you see anything?
Yeah, dude, there's a shiny yellow thing. Wait. I try to grab it off.
Yeah, take care of him. Bobo runs into the room.
Try to slap it off. I want to hold it.
Roll me strength.
Go backhand.
19.
Jesus
19?
Christ, you're
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Give me this die.
Give me this work.
It's not helping me.
Yeah, you actually. You wearing any gloves?
I don't think so.
No. So you put your bare hands on this mass that's growing on Ragnarok's forehead, and it looks solid and cold, and just it has a metallic consistency to it, and this is growing in size. And as you touch it, you look at your fingers and you see a bit of it on the tip of your finger right now. But yeah, you do manage to tear some off of his skin, and some of his skin comes off with it. You're gonna take 4 points of
Corrosive.
no.
You called it corrosive.
But now it's different. Now it's like avulsion damage. Like I don't know. Yeah, skin tearing damage.
Skin rip.
Yeah, skin rip damage. Yeah. And Bobo, you just hear a voice coming from inside saying, "No!"
Shit.
And your turn.
What's going on, Bones? I rip off some of this guy's like robe or whatever. I think he had a robe. Just so I can make a bandage around like my stomach.
Okay, that'll give you advantage. I'll heal you 4 points of piercing damage with that.
Yeah, it's I was piercing.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else?
Sure, I'll go into the house and check up on all the kids.
You get up and you start limping. You get to the crossbow and you see the child as well on the ground. Do you investigate? Or you keep going?
Investigate.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
You're fucking dying.
I don't really know what's going on.
You steal this other kid's eye.
15.
You're just making these faces as you're doing it. 15, yeah. You investigate the child, and you notice a few things. You notice around the kid's wrist is a yellow line all the way around the wrist, and you notice as well the kid has these like black marks right behind his in the nape of his neck on either side, just embedded in his skin.
Is he alive?
The kid is alive.
I took a crossbow and shoot him in the head.
The crossbow has 2 bolts left. You turn and you aim for the head. You shoot the one crossbow bolt straight into the child's head, and it just pierces through his skull. He stops breathing.
Can I look more on these black spots? Like, do they look like burn marks, or is it like really like a paint thing?
We'll get back to you. And Mayumi? Sorry, Ragnarok. Your turn. Ragnarok, so this just happened. He kind of pulled this off of your skin. You look inside the room, and you see Bobo just pulling his axe out of the body of one of these priests, and you see a figure lying on the ground, and you see another priest about preparing another spell to attack Bobo with.
I try and electrocute him.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, nice. 22.
Is that a natural 20?
No.
Okay. And you zap that priest straight up in the chest, blasting him against the wall, and he falls on the ground and he looks unconscious. You also notice that the figure on the ground, there's a bit of blood starting to pool around that person's neck, and you see it's Iorella. Who died, and whose throat got cut. Yeah, your turn, Mayumi.
She sucks, though. Oh my god, dude. What are you doing?
Mayumi, name your rolls so we get them on the podcast. But yeah, you got a
1 and 5.
A 1 and a 5. That brings you back towards death.
Where am I?
You're the last line before death here.
Oh,
Yeah.
putain!
Putain. Yeah. What are we doing here?
I'm walking in. I'm walking in the room.
Yeah, you walk into the room and you see Iorella's lifeless body on the ground, blood pooling around her, and you see one of the dead priests. You see another one also dying in the corner, and Bobo coming in for the kill on the last one, and brings his axe down straight into the priest's head and then pulls it out.
Alright.
Why don't we church?
Nice catchphrase. That's why I don't go to church.
Irella's body.
Roll me medicine.
12.
12, yeah. You spot a slice mark across her throat, and you notice that her eyes just wide open in fear, and you see some tears under her eyes.
Jeez. Some tears.
This girl sucked.
Does she have anything on
She has a scroll.
her? Scroll?
Yeah, she has a scroll, and she has 2 daggers and 1 sword.
Hey, take him.
Fukura?
Nice.
Oh, I inspect the things on the back here more. Is it just like complete like the skin is different colors, or is it like painted on?
It looks like it's been magically imbued there.
Well, I check around like this first room.
So
This house.
you guys all enter. At this point, combat's over. We can have Mayumi roll one more time if you want. Do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to go and try and help her, or?
The dog's helping her.
Okay.
She's getting an
Yeah, you get an
advantage.
advantage.
What are we gonna do?
15.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're back.
Back to neutral territory.
Okay, roll again.
12.
Okay, that's good. One more.
17.
Good.
17.
There you go.
So close.
Thank God.
Made it back to life.
Yeah, we're so happy.
Just want to thank everyone. Just want to thank everyone.
Story.
Just want to thank you.
I thought you were
dog.
dead the whole time.
I
Mayumi,
wake up and there's like
you just see
huge
slobber.
amount of saliva.
You just see slobber all over your face.
Everywhere.
Akila's like, "You wake up, dog. Wake up, dog. Wake up, dog. You can do it, dog." And
Can I do something though?
Of course, yeah. You're
Yeah,
awake.
okay. I'm gonna use.
We're out of combat.
I want to use the totality of my herbs. Of my herbs.
You have 1 HP right now, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
What day are we? What time during the day are we?
I'd
Sorry.
say like
I just came
10
back from the dead.
10 p.m. 10 p.m.
Yeah. Okay, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use what's it called? Oh.
Okay.
If I,
Question.
what type of damage do I take when I fall down? Do you know?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take 4. I'll back herbs
Okay. And what do they do?
plus 6 each from bludgeoning.
Okay. So do the math and you can
24. Yeah.
perfect. You can heal yourself. And then what do you guys do?
I'm looting.
You're looting. You hear Bobo's voice saying, "What are you doing? Leave her alone."
I'm just checking if she's alive. And then I go loot a priest.
Okay, so if you loot the priests, you're gonna find priest robes covered in blood. You see these small. In one of them, you see like 5 golden pebbles. They look like they're made of gold. And as you look at it, you do notice that the gold is spread across your finger. I'd say like half of your finger now is covered in gold. Ragnarok, you see the gold is spread now, and it's kind of covered like maybe 1/3 of the top right of your face.
Oh, cool.
Vakrura?
That's the Midas touch.
What am I supposed to do with this?
What is that?
Well, I just want to look around the room and stuff. I'm in this first room. I just want to look around.
Yeah.
See it's good.
You look around the room, and as I described it,
I'm in the same room as them.
yeah, you're in the same room as them. You see.
Do you see any spell books or something about this gold shit on my face?
Bobo, do you know anything about this?
I don't know. I've never heard of these people before.
What are these people?
You've heard of them now?
Yeah, we
We didn't get any information from them.
No, but I mean, I don't know who they are.
Why are you being so sketchy, Bobo?
Anyway, look, Urella's dead. Okay,
People die every day.
But what a really rough
he's
day.
kneeling and he's just crying over Urella's body.
First crack. Now you're on.
First crack, no you. Yeah. He says, "Look, we have to find out who's behind this. It's what Iorella would have wanted. I can take you to the places where the other 2 were killed, and we can go get information there, and maybe we'll figure out what's
Do you think the
who's behind
blacksmith
this."
is open at this time?
No. Why are you asking about the
I want to ask
blacksmith?
him about this dagger that I have.
Dude, we have
The
this
one that I
shit-
found in this
Yeah, this
first
thing's
country.
spreading on us right now. We kind of have to deal
Yeah,
with
we
this.
should probably go to the
quick.
apothecary as well.
Okay, look, let's take care of ourselves. Let's heal up, and tomorrow morning, first thing, I'll take you there. Meet me at Otto's Tavern in the morning.
All right, squad. We go to Otto's Tavern. We need to rest up. We need to figure out maybe somebody in the bar knows it because everything else is closed. Unless you guys want to kick down the apothecary and maybe read some books there. Not a big reader.
Break into the apothecary to read books.
I just want to read this gold
Yeah,
shit
that's
on me.
kind of,
I don't think the answer is go to sleep and we'll wake
Yeah.
up.
No, I know, but I'm not saying we go to sleep. I said we
Oh.
go to the bar and ask people. Maybe somebody knows what this
Yeah,
is.
okay. Break it
Or
down.
best bet, maybe he's finding something in this house. But
Yeah.
like,
Break
It's
it
probably
down.
something here. Can we investigate here? Try to find
Yeah.
spell.
You notice. You notice. Everyone roll me investigation.
Can I add perception to this?
No, this is wisdom.
Can I
16.
communicate?
Oh my god, another one.
I have a book about gods, and there's one. Solo is basically the god of gold. Can I share that information to them?
Yeah.
Why would you not?
What's your book?
Well, I do. I'm hearing that you have a gold problem. Solo is the god of gold, so if you find anything about Solo, he's a god and he's a man and a woman at the same time. He looks with a sun. He has a sun on his on the back of his head, and he has many hands. Yeah, tits and male face.
all right. Like,
Just the important stuff.
All right.
It's actually hard to describe. I mean, it's hard to
I rolled
describe.
a 16 on investigation.
Okay. You spot a lot of. How would I say this in English? Bas-relief. How do you say that in English? Like sculptures into the walls that you know. It's a little dark in here. It's hard to see. But you look at one of them and you notice just a face, and you notice breasts, and you notice like a six-pack, and you notice that the figure is in a cross-legged position with several blades in several of its hands.
Bas-relief is actually bas-relief.
Oh, cool.
Sounds like this guy is the god thing.
Yeah, I think we found the boy you're talking about.
Happy I could be useful.
yo, so are we.
My book has still not been useful. Where's my monster book?
I do remember one.
With
No flower
B.
monster.
With B.
BB pulls up. So what did I miss?
Where have you been?
Sorry, I've been crunching in the alleyway for a while, but I'm back. What can I do? What can I do to help?
Okay. What was just a little statue of the thing?
It's in the
It's in the
wall.
wall.
Yeah, it's like a sculpture in the
Try
wall.
to touch it. Try to see something.
What do you touch?
Do you have a torch?
The statue.
What
Le
part,
bas-relief, le bas-relief.
What part of the statue?
wall. His hand.
He has many hands. Like a lot of
you
hands.
guys all want to roll me investigation?
I already did. I got like an 8 last time.
We're rolling again.
Yeah, you can roll again.
9.
Is there still the
20.
representation?
Natural 20.
What the?
What the fuck? How many 20s are there?
4 ones.
That's my advantage.
Do you have wisdom as a core skill?
I do have wisdom and investigation.
Mine.
Okay,
It's too
so
late, it's corrupted now.
you can add investigating statues.
No.
Or sculptures.
Pretty good.
And with a natural 20, you notice 5 small, round, spherical openings all around this sculpture of a figure, placed equally at an equal distance all around.
5 all around the.
You get an idea, maybe.
Alright.
I'm just showing.
Thanks. I was wondering what it looked like.
No, you're here. I see you.
Put my finger in one of the holes.
Okay.
Stop touching stuff.
You put your finger in the hole, and you just feel like a bit of a groove, as if something could be placed there.
It's leaving 30 minutes, by the way.
What's all this?
Guys,
This?
do you have an idea what
My spell.
we could place
Oh,
here?
okay.
Lightning. Yeah. Yeah.
Those
What's
holes.
kind of
See
holes?
those holes all around the statue? There's 5 holes. Something we could. There's like.
How many hands does he have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And
I
that's
see
the
5
one I can
holes.
see.
I see 5 holes, and it seems like we can place something in
The
every
holes
hole.
around?
Yeah, around the statue. Take a look.
They're all look. I can't see. I didn't roll.
They're all like there.
Where?
Right here.
BB, can you find a torch or something?
I have a torch actually.
Can you ignite it?
Sure. I already see perfectly, but
No, you guys can see it. It's fine.
Okay,
He
right.
pointed them out to you. You guys have
Okay.
noticed it as well. Yeah, there's 5 spherical openings in the wall around the statue figure, the bas-relief figure of potentially this god Solo.
Okay, BB, fly around the house and look for things to fill the hole.
You got it. And BB takes off.
I'm thinking of just cutting off the hands of like the people that were killed and put them in there.
Jesus.
I'm still in my hands here.
Man, you're fucked up.
Oh, that's smart.
fucking
That's smart.
crazy.
Actually, that's smart.
Okay.
Death is a path we all must take.
Okay, weird guy.
Just dropping quotes.
I heard that. I started laughing. I heard that somewhere.
it's like me. It's like almost.
I think we should just I think we should, I'm gonna cut out his eye.
Just things you use to intimidate people. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I have
Shoot on his eyeball.
And while BB's looking,
I'm just gonna
You just
cut
put
it
your
off.
you just put your hand in front of your B to hide him. Make sure he doesn't see. Don't look, BB.
Do you guys think it's a good idea? No.
Yeah, dude. Let's try
That's a
something.
good idea.
I mean, yeah, they're dead.
No. Okay.
No.
Now everybody's on board.
I'm on board. I take my axe and start chopping.
There you go.
Yeah, I chop off one of the priests'
Yeah.
heads.
That's the funniest part about this. I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching them chop them off.
So there's like a montage scene, with, like background music. And you guys like
I chop
I'm
off
playing the
little
lute.
kid.
I'm playing the lute.
3 different
No,
angles
we
for the same
need
scene.
only 6, no?
We
Five,
five.
no,
There's
five.
5
Oh,
holes.
there were 3 priests.
Yeah,
so this
the
is
little
their
kid has like a line, yellow line. I'm chopping there.
yeah, you chop off that kid's hand. It's not working. So then like Mayumi tosses you a better knife, and you use it.
Oh, I'm
and
there. I joined.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet,
back.
sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
So Akila's back.
Akila's back too.
Hey.
Hey, whoa,
He actually
whoa.
showed me the way.
I can't even hug him. Because I'm gonna turn him into gold.
Yeah, like, don't touch us.
I'm not touching you.
Is the goal that's spreading like getting your face harder, or is it just the same as or like your finger?
Like changing race.
I mean, is it just the color spreading, or is it actually like consistency as well?
That's consistency of gold. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Should I chop off my finger?
No.
Should I chop off my head?
Good now.
I think we'll be okay. We chop up the priest's hands.
Yeah, those 6 hands, and then
We put them in the thing. The montage is over. Does anything happen?
So you guys just spend like a good 45 minutes just cutting up these fingers, cutting fingers. You know.
During that 45 minutes, can I take a quick rest?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm also doing a quick rest.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You guys
You
can-
guys suck. We're gonna die. We're turning into gold.
We're turning into gold.
He
These
said
are
it
just
took
like
45 minutes to chop the finger.
Yeah, because you're not.
yeah,
helping.
because only we did it.
Because
That's
we're
why it took so
I don't
long.
have daggers.
Dude,
I have daggers, but you can't cut somebody's hand.
Did Bobo leave?
Yeah, Bobo left.
Is
with-
the dead body
Bobo?
of Urella still on the floor?
No, he took her with her.
He took the dead body.
Yeah.
Okay. And he left.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Prick.
That sucks.
I chop off your relative's hands.
I hate Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo honestly sucks. Absolutely sucks. Your was even worse.
Better
Order of
game
the Fall
impact.
Guys I've ever seen. Would have been better off alone.
Who's it you?
Yeah, what was a short rest again?
Dude, this guy pulled out a D6,
D6.
rolled it for his short rest, got a 1.
I mean, some things never change.
Okay, so after your short rest, basically, you worked hard for 45 minutes cutting up these fingers. You've embedded 5 fingers into these little holes, spherically shaped holes. The fingers are kind of protruding out of the holes, and you place the final finger in. You back up, looking at the wall, and nothing happens.
Fucking fur, man.
I'm laughing.
Nothing.
Okay, but did BB find anything? I sent him 45 minutes ago to
Roll me
find
for
anything.
animal handling.
Akila's looking as well.
You got all
You
the
can roll as well.
Bro, what?
I'm gonna use
fuck
my
is
special
with me
ability.
today? 5.
I'm gonna use Yeast Expert.
What the fuck?
Okay, what does that
So
do?
I gain advantage on an animal handling. That's Alright, and I give him a treat as well.
You can only do that retroactively, not
Alright,
proactively.
then 14.
14.
Still good.
Yeah. So with a 14, you hear as Aquila is at one of the priest's pockets and just and he's kind of moving the pocket, and there's a big bulge with several undulations on it.
You got a big bulge.
Got a big bulge.
Yeah, and he's kind of jiggling the pocket a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
You hear the sound.
I look into.
You
the
find
pocket.
5 spherical golden pebbles in the pocket of one of the priests.
Probably should have checked them first before cutting their hands off.
I mean, you did. You found them before. You just let them go. But anyway.
No, because it.
Wait, what?
Vas-y, just
All right, so yeah, I just place the pebbles in the hole.
What?
I place the pebbles in the hole.
I didn't hear this. I only had 5.
You place the pebbles each in the hole, and you see all of a sudden the sculpture begins to shift in a circular fashion as it rearranges itself into an archway with a staircase leading downwards.
Do you want to take the stairs?
All right, I'm going in.
Good ballsy.
Semi funny, not really funny. Mayumi doesn't laugh. What'd you say?
I'm going in.
Okay, Kira, you walk in, and
Wait, are the stairs like super dark? Or are there like torches?
Am I gonna trip?
God.
No, but he's like adding like something bad is happening.
Yeah,
Does it smell really bad? Why?
Oh, maybe that's the southwest entrance.
Come on, dude.
You remember we were supposed to meet the guy. The guy was supposed to meet the other guy. The southwest sewer.
Oh. We're back in the sewers now.
Maybe.
Yeah, we got all
So I'm going down the stairs.
okay, so Kira is going down first. Who's going down next?
I'll go next.
Mayumi's second, and Fukuro you're third, and Ragnarok you're closing
You
in.
sure you're okay, Mayumi, man?
No, I'm good right now.
I
Yeah.
take a short rest.
Really?
Yeah.